Good afternoon, everyone. I'm KC Reginald Jr., and this is Underdog Sports. I'm here with my colleague.
This is J Dub, a.k.a. Justin Waters.
Alrighty, before we get started, we want to tell you who we are. I'm KC Reginald Jr., and I'm your subject matter expert with the Kansas City Chiefs, Royals, and basically Kansas City sports. This is my partner. Go ahead.
And I'm J Dub. I'm here with anything dealing with the Pittsburgh Steelers and a little bit more dealing with my Pittsburgh teams, the Pirates, maybe the Penguins. I am black. I don't know if we go ahead and do hockey that much, though.
Yeah, you did say you was going to cover the Pens. I was kind of leaving that out because I don't know not a thing about hockey, but, you know,
Hey,
I can say some stuff.
Hey, man, Sidney Crosby, you don't know?
Alrighty, we're going to be here every Sunday around 2:30, 2:45 with our podcast. Let's dig right into it. We're going to start with the NFL and my favorite, Kansas City Chiefs. That's right. We applaud for the Kansas City Chiefs in this house.
Yeah, I just start winning recently.
Nah, you can't say we just started winning, bro. Come on. We just started winning consistently again. Again. Since the 90s. There you go. Don't come for us like that. So our first topic on the Chiefs is everybody's favorite quarterback, even yours. You ain't got to lie, Justin. PM15, Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, boy, really? Okay. All right.
First question on our agenda is, does Patrick Mahomes face a sophomore slump? We're going to start with our favorite antagonist, Justin Waters.
Well, here's the thing. Question. Okay. I have one problem with this. Patrick Mahomes, great quarterback. Don't get me wrong. Kind of Brett Favre, though, my man. He's the behind the back passes and the no look passes and all that. You think the defensive players aren't going to get a little bit mad about this? You know,
they could be mad, but they were mad last year. They were mad since game 1 last year when the Chargers tried to trick the kid. What happened?
You said the Chargers. The Chargers and
everybody's
defense,
pick.
Right? Oil and vinegar.
Hold on. Everybody's picked to unseat the Chiefs every year. You're telling me they're not as good as everyone keeps making them out to be?
Make it past the first round of the playoffs and then top.
Make it to the playoffs on a consistent basis is what you mean?
Well, that's true, too.
Yeah, so Johnny come lately. Let's talk Chargers really quick because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on them. Johnny come lately Chargers and Mr. Everybody loves Phillip Rivers. I love to go off on Phillip Rivers, so it's just my thing. He's the most overrated passer probably in NFL history. They might have been just as good with Ryan Leaf.
I got to debate you with that one.
Help me out.
Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
So
I think he's better in San Diego than Phillip Rivers. I'm sorry, Los Angeles.
Stop it.
What do you mean? What
Megatron
weapon
wouldn't have retired.
What weapon did he have outside of Megatron the entire time he was there?
Who, Stafford?
Yes.
I mean, Golden Tate had some good years.
No. I said weapon, not somebody else's. You can have them later. Besides Megatron, what did he have?
He had a cast of characters that was in a weak division.
Otherwise known as, who the hell are they, right?
Well.
Yeah. So, Phillip Rivers.
Okay.
He's had all these great teams. He's been surrounded by all this talent all these years. What's he won?
Let's see. You got to bring this. Let's be honest.
What's he won?
Jack.
Okay, there we go. That's the answer we're looking for.
And he's the Dan Marino of that draft.
Dan Marino is better. Marino is better.
Yes, I'm from Pittsburgh. Trust me, I know.
Okay, so
outside of him being an alcoholic, he is better.
Much better.
You that. Yes, I give you that. But
Phillip Rivers' best asset is he's never hurt.
Yeah,
that's his best asset.
But here's the thing.
And for years, they've been coming at the Chiefs. This is the Chargers' year. Andy Reid's been in Kansas City 6 years now, and every year the Chargers have been the pick to unseat the Chiefs.
But you also got to realize the fans in California are like Dallas Cowboys fans. They both delusional as hell. There's no way that the Chargers haven't had a great team. Team is the key word. Because every time they've had a great offense, they've had a horrible defense. And
when was the last time they had a horrible defense?
When was the last time they had a good defense?
The last 5 years.
And
it's the offense. It's Phillip Rivers. He cannot produce in the clutch.
But he's still putting up numbers.
So is Matt Stafford. Your guy. You brought him in this conversation. So is Matt Stafford.
Still. The defense can't hold
Matt
jack.
Stafford or Phillip Rivers?
Matt Stafford or Phillip Rivers?
I'm asking you.
Neither.
No, you got to pick.
Oh, I got to pick?
Matt Stafford or Phillip Rivers?
Phillip Rivers.
Really?
Yes.
You know why I'm taking Stafford? Stafford has not had talent around him. Phillip Rivers has been surrounded by talent in Los Angeles for the last 16 years.
Okay, so you're going to give Keenan Allen, Gates.
Don't talk Gates. He's 100.
Hey.
He's 100. Don't do it.
He's my guy. I
He
love
can,
Gates.
He can be your guy.
He
used to be your guy.
Okay,
He's
you're
now
right. He got me a lot of fantasy football
holding
points back
on,
in 2008.
hoping that Rivers could win a playoff game. That's all he's doing now.
Well,
He isn't really producing. He doesn't feel like an athlete anymore. He's hanging out, collecting a check, catching a couple passes. I don't know how the hell he gets open. You can run routes faster than Antonio Gates at this point.
Let's be honest. So he's the black Jason Witten? Because that's what Jason Witten's doing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
He's collecting
much
check.
better. He's still better than Witten.
Ever since he broke that Pro Bowl trophy, it's like, nah, I'm going to go back.
Still better than Witten. So we're going to go there. You're going to bring – we're not going Cowboys. We got to stay on topic.
Yeah,
we got a lot of time to talk. We got a lot of time to talk. We can do this. But we're still supposed to be talking about Mahomes. Sophomore slump. We're talking about everybody but that.
Okay.
So tell me he beat your Steelers last year.
Yes, he did.
How'd that make y'all feel?
Well, let's see. We felt like crap, but I'm going to say this. We've had for the last, let's say, 6 years, the worst secondary in the NFL.
The worst?
The worst.
I am from Kansas City, Missouri. You going to say the worst to me? No. Orlando Scandrick.
R.T. Burns.
Orlando Scandrick.
R.T. Burns.
Orlando Scandrick.
Reg.
Cut by Dallas, Washington, and then brought to Kansas City as a starter.
He got cut by Dallas because of his social media and his
basketball. Was it because of that?
Yes. You know, Jerry don't like no stars.
So why didn't he make it in Washington?
Who makes it in Washington? Look who they cut. Remember they cut, what's old boy?
They brought in Rashard Breeland afterwards. You can say what you want. He's in Kansas City now, and he's a hell of an upgrade over Orlando Scandrick. Scandrick might be a good safety, but he can't cover.
Well, that's the thing. He needs to play safety. I'll give you that all day long.
But he's trying to play corner. That's why nobody's taking him. That's why he's on the scrap heap. Like, I can almost get a job right now just to be a body. Just to be a body. He's not out there. Nobody's picked him up. Why?
Well, the fact of the matter, one, he's injury prone. Two, he's old.
Nah, it's not injury. He's bad.
He's worse.
Bad. Where?
There's worse.
Show me one.
Or I keep telling you.
No.
We're going to pick the Steelers secondary.
I swear
Burns.
We're going to sit down and we're going to watch games from last year. And I'm going to show you every holding penalty in the Chiefs secondary and who the offending party was. Orlando Scandrick.
Orlando Scandrick is the new Ike Taylor.
He's not the new anything. He's the old Orlando Scandrick.
Okay,
bad, just magnified now.
So he's a human turnstile.
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will let you go with Orlando Scandrick.
All right.
That's cool.
So you got us off track because you talked about the worst secondaries. We're still talking about Mahomes here somehow, but he did light your secondary up.
Whose secondary? He didn't light up.
So why did you call yours the worst?
Dude, we led the league in sacks.
We led the league in penalties.
Well, I mean.
In the secondary.
Okay. I give you that. But we
so
led the league in
whose
sacks,
secondary is worse?
We still giving up about 400
We had
yards
Justin
a game.
Houston, D. Ford, and Chris Jones last year.
Okay, Justin Houston came off of an injury. He's old as shit,
and he still got 10 sacks.
Did he?
Chris Jones got 15 sacks. D. Ford got 10 sacks. We had a hell of a pass rush and the worst defense in all of the league.
So you know what we're saying? The Steelers and KC are in the same ball game. We both have great front lines and horrible secondaries.
I wouldn't call my front line great. We couldn't stop the run. All we could do was rush the passer.
Okay.
We couldn't cover. We couldn't stop the run. That's why we have a new defensive coordinator. He's
I
not very
that's
damn
a
new.
Coaching thing.
Let's go back to Patrick Mahomes before we get there. We're still on topic one, folks. Sophomore slump. So he shredded the league last year. We can call it a surprise the first few weeks. I'll even give your game, since it was earlier in the season, a surprise. They didn't expect him to be as good as he was.
True.
Consistently. What are the obstacles facing him this season?
One,
because after week 8, no one can tell you it was a surprise anymore.
Well, here's the thing. Is he going to get big-headed? That's the question. Does he become all of a sudden? Because you
don't watch Chiefs offseason, do you?
Well,
the guy's been putting in work.
He's been putting in work, but I've also seen him on every social media aspect.
He's
SBs, Madden.
He won an ESPY.
Okay.
He's the
also-
cover of Madden. What the hell else? I mean,
Now you know that
the-
cover. No, hold.
we're not going to do that. We're
Yes,
not,
we
that
are.
is the obstacle
Yes,
to the,
we
that
are.
is the sophomore slump
Yes,
right there.
we are.
You're right.
You are on the cover of
Yes.
Madden now. Yes, you are.
That
Congratulations.
is not the curse.
Congratulations.
Sports Illustrated is still the curse in sports.
Okay, Sports Illustrated is the curse.
Still
but
the-
so
still
is
the curse.
Madden.
I don't buy it.
And he got a 99 rating on Madden. How the hell did he do that?
He was the MVP of the National
I
Football
don't
League.
give a
What do you
flying.
mean?
You know what?
If you're the MVP,
You
the
shouldn't get
very
99.
why not?
dude,
Didn't Aaron Rodgers have it when he was MVP? Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Aaron Rodgers went from 99 to 90 this year.
well, Aaron Rodgers deserves
Year
to go
over
to
year.
99.
Last year he's a 99.
Well, here's the thing.
So let's go back.
And
2
Matt is
years
wrong
ago.
for that
No.
because-
2 years ago.
Mhm.
Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes last year. You go back 2 years, take Aaron Rodgers. He was a 99.
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes last year. Who had the better of the 2 years?
Of course, Aaron Rodgers.
No.
All right, I'll give you Patrick Mahomes.
Thank you.
But here's the question.
Statistically, Patrick
But
Mahomes.
They're making Patrick Mahomes like Michael Vick in the Madden 04.
Did you see how many tackles he broke to throw touchdown passes last year?
The pass is not. He can't.
No.
He can't run like that.
I didn't
Come
say
on
he
now.
could run. I said,
He
did
got
you
him
see?
like an 86 and
no,
running.
No. I said, did you see how many tackles he broke to throw touchdown passes
Yeah,
last year?
I do see
never
that.
told you he's Michael Vick. Now, if he got him running at 90, then he's dead wrong for that shit. But if he got him break tackles,
Mhm.
then I got you there because I can show you film.
I mean, factual. He can break tackles. That's great. So can Big Ben, but it's not saying a lot.
Oh God, don't you will not compare Patrick Mahomes to Ben.
Of course not. I'm
Okay.
not crazy.
So sophomore slump, the Madden curse. What else?
We'll just see how defenses are going to play against him now, because now they'll be a little bit more ready. Now, here's your big question.
So
Here's my
we're
question.
we're
to
in the
you.
West.
Mhm.
They had 2 matchups.
Mhm.
They all had a chance to see him once.
And y'all have a shitty division.
No.
Y'all
no,
have
no,
a shitty division.
The Chargers are a good team. They just suck
You
because of
just
their.
trashed
I
them.
trashed Phillip Rivers. I did not trash the team. I trashed Phillip Rivers.
Okay, so let's bring down your division. Okay, it's y'all.
Do not talk about the Raiders. They don't deserve a spot on this podcast
Okay.
until they
We're
win more
passing
than
them
5 games.
because they loaded up with a bunch of has-beens. They're like the bad news Bears.
AB is not a has-been. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, AB
Don't
is not
do
a
it.
has-been.
I'll still
He's
take him
a-
on the Chiefs if
he's a
somebody
drama
tie his
queen.
damn fingers up and shut his mouth.
No, AB is still the truth. He's just a drama queen.
Okay, so he's
And
not a has-been.
What he did,
He's
I'm-
a definite
we'll
upgrade
get to
over
that topic
Amari
with the Steelers
over
in a minute.
Amari
I can tell you
Cooper.
what he did.
Definite upgrade over Amari Cooper in
Facts,
Oakland.
I give you
Yes.
that.
Okay.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
And then you have the Denver Broncos, who have only one
Speaking
player.
of has-beens,
Who?
Flacco. Yeah.
Flacco
So-
is only collecting.
so
He's
for-
the ultimate collector check.
So for everyone who wants to know how this is supposed to flow, we're not supposed to get to challenges in the division to like way later in the Chiefs segment. We haven't even gotten to how the offense follows up, but we're here now. So I'm gonna mark it off so we don't do it again. Go ahead.
And also have to say, Phillip Rivers is better than Joe Flacco. And Flacco has a ring.
I
Dude, I went to Pitt. Flacco was at Pitt. Flacco couldn't unseat the guy that was at Pitt,
So,
and Tyler Palko,
here's my
who
thing.
actually played for your Kansas City Chiefs.
here's my thing. The Chargers have had good defense.
Mm-hmm.
They've had several good defenses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They've had
Sean
good
Merriman,
defense.
where's he at now?
Yes. Look. You can say where he's at all you want. He was good. He's a hell of a football player.
Mhm.
All right. They had good defense.
With
They had a good
steroids.
offense. Why didn't they win?
Well, one,
Because when Flacco had a good defense, he didn't even need the good offense. He only needed the good defense. And the Chargers had that. So,
Flacco was Trent Dilfer with a better arm.
I agree. I listen, I will never
And
sing
they
Flacco's
only
praises.
won because Raheem Moore jumped the gun on that pass.
Listen.
If Raheem got the interception,
You're talking
we were
to
not
Kansas
talking
City
about
people, man. You can't talk about jumping a gun. D Ford is now in San Francisco because he jumped the gun. So, come on, give us a break with
Y'all
that.
did
term.
kill. I mean,
We
I'm
won
saying,
that game. We
y'all
beat the
did.
Patriots.
Y'all did.
We beat them.
Y'all did.
We beat them. The officials took that game. The D Ford made a mistake.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
This is what the NFL did not want. They did not want to see y'all and the Saints in the highest scoring Super Bowl in NFL history,
Or the Rams.
or the Rams.
They didn't want to see us with the Rams either. They didn't want to see the Chiefs.
Well, they didn't want to see the Rams again.
They didn't want to see the
They
Chiefs.
already got their box office.
They milked all their money out of Patrick Mahomes by the title game, the AFC title game, and they were like, okay, we got all we're going to get. Let's not let him win it in his first year. And they gave us a couple of shots
And
that
can I be
turned that
honest
game
with you?
around.
Andy Reid became Pete Carroll. He started playing Mahomes conservatively, where you should have just let him loose. Like if it's the championship game, man, let him do what he need to do to get to where he need to be.
Andy Reid's not even on here, but that will be coming up soon.
Okay.
So, but back to Mahomes and the sophomore slump. So the AFC West, are they an obstacle for his continued
No.
success? Okay.
Since when?
I'm just asking.
They suck. No,
You got
not the Chiefs.
Hold on.
The division. Not the
you
div-
still
not the
got a
Chiefs.
solid defense in Denver. You still got a damn near great defense in Los Angeles.
You want to know what was a sophomore slump? The running back in Denver. Oh, they gonna figure his ass out real fast.
Come
He
on, don't
done.
listen. I like Philip Lindsay. How many undrafted rookies you know come out that hard at that position?
I agree.
That hard.
But now do you expect to see?
I don't expect him to take a step back. I expect the defenses to get better in the division,
I'm about to say don't.
except for the Raiders. Except for the Raiders.
We can talk about that first round draft pick of theirs because there's a certain kid that
How many first round picks did they have?
2 minutes. They had 3, and one's holding out right now.
Okay, all the players are.
Oh, so
in
Harris
camp
is there now.
Everybody's
I
in
remember
camp.
he was holding out at one
All
point.
first round picks have been signed. So they had at least 3.
Uh-huh.
How many names can you give me?
Well, there's Colin Farrell or Colin Flair. Anyway, that should have been
So,
Ed Oliver.
This team.
So I have a problem with that from the gate because I
This
know
team traded Amari Cooper away.
Mm-hmm. Got number 1 pick.
Got a number 1 pick. They trade. Who else did they trade? They got another number 1 pick somewhere.
They got Khalil Mack deal.
So the Khalil Mack. Yeah.
The Great Train Robbery.
Mm.
That's the best trade ever since
Man,
Herschel Walker
let
to
me
the
tell you
Dallas
something.
Cowboys.
Andy Reid, he's laughing at that because his protege down there is going to look a lot better from now on just because of that trade.
Mm-hmm.
Both, yeah. So the Raiders suck. We agree on that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, still Chiefs, offensive line. How do they keep Patrick Mahomes protected? Von Miller's supposed to be reinvigorated, better, a little bit better. Von Miller is still a hell of a lot better than everyone else, is what we're hearing in Denver. They went to Vic Fangio, that's his name, is their head coach.
Yeah. They shouldn't have fired the brother.
Yeah,
But black people.
he
ain't
should
got
have.
that much long.
He how the hell he got an opportunity in Denver is one thing. You knew he was never coming back for a third year, right?
That
We
was
want to talk
unfair.
about brothers losing their job. Look in Arizona.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So, offensive line. Eric Fisher sucks. Chiefs fans won't like me saying that because he's under a long-term contract. He is probably the most overrated left tackle in football with the largest contract I've ever seen for a human piece of garbage.
I do want to say this. That draft was a horrible draft.
It
but
was
for him-
awful.
But for him to be that high, of a
Awful.
pick.
He wasn't even a Division I player. How the hell does a Division II player be the number 1 overall pick?
But here's a question. You know, he was a former quarterback. That
All I
gained
know
weight.
is he's a gateway to Patrick Mahomes. You want to know why Mahomes was breaking so many damn tackles? Eric Fisher got beat consistently. So I'm glad Von Miller plays on the other side.
Here's the thing. Y'all got to basically hope that it won't be a freak injury because you know how it gets. All it takes is one time and Patrick Mahomes with Patrick Mahomes list
So
real fast.
what I'm counting on in that is the fact that he's still 23 years old. You don't start tearing stuff to 27, so I got a couple more years. Maybe we can reload on that left side. Mitchell Schwartz is going to retire at some point, even though he did just extend another year, and he's probably still the best right tackle in football as Von Miller.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Okay.
The interior line, I think, is solid. They've done a really good job of changing those guys out and not really paying a lot to who's playing.
But here's your question. The big question. It's the line. But who is your running backs? Because you're going to need somebody that can block. You're going to have someone that can do that, just that little bit of chipping so Patrick can go ahead and launch that ball. Or
I
you
am
have to run.
confident in the Chiefs running back situation. I like Damian Williams. I am confident in the Chiefs running back situation.
He was okay
In Miami, but
yeah,
this was a different offense. In Miami, he was okay.
'Cause
He's
I
in
was-
Kansas City now.
I was wondering why y'all didn't go how to draft a running back.
I mean, why would we?
Well, I mean, yeah, you
You
do
got-
have Patrick Mahomes, boy.
And Travis Kelce. And Tyreek,
who's
the
just
beast.
coming out for injury.
And the closest thing to him in the AFC is who?
Oh no, there's no
Right.
no tight end.
The second best tight end in football is San Francisco's George Kittle. Came out of freaking nowhere last year. Kelsey sets a record. Kittle breaks
Former
it the
wide
same
receiver.
week.
I have issue with that.
Yeah, I like him.
I'm going to go with
I
Eric
like
Ebron.
him.
Eric Ebron came out of what he should have been in Detroit, which that was homeboy's fault.
Wait, you just said you like Eric Ebron?
I like Eric Ebron. He showed up in Indianapolis.
I think you're messing up your qualifications to be on the show, Justin.
Time out.
Eric Ebron.
Hey, hold on now. Eric
He did
Ebron
show up in
and he
Indianapolis.
got me some.
What other weapons did Andrew Luck have?
T.Y. Hilton.
How old is T.Y.?
I don't know.
What is his
He's
best
not
asset?
30 yet.
What is his no?
He can't be 30
He's
yet.
at least 30.
Nah.
He's at least 30.
I give him, okay, if that.
The reason I am not on Facebook Live right now is so we can do this. Pull up your phone, T.Y. Hilton. Let's see how old T.Y. is. Honey, how old is T.Y.? Because I know you know he's been burning the Texans for years.
Sad.
He owns the Texans.
He did come with the
He
mask.
owns
when
the
he came
Texans.
with the mask, I thought that was the Joker joint. I was like, ooh.
He was born. He will be 30 November the 14th.
Okay, so he's not 30 yet.
He's not 30 yet. He's been in the league. So, is T.Y. as good on grass?
Ask the Texans.
That's not grass.
The-
That is not grass. That dome is never open.
Oh, that's true.
That is not grass. So I'm going back to my question. Where does he go on natural grass? T.Y. He goes in the grass.
He has two routes, and he just burns people.
He burned the Texans, not people.
No. 'cause
Repeatedly
he's
burns
had-
the Texans.
He's had some games against New England. It's just they ain't
Over
finishing.
the years,
Mhm.
not recently.
I mean,
Over the years.
he's not going to be
Over the years.
Okay, he's not Reggie Wayne or Harrison, but shit, that's all they got.
All
Goddamn,
right.
you're gonna have to give it what they got.
So yeah, tight end. Like I said, back to the running back situation in Kansas City. I like Damian Williams. I like the depth there. Coach Reed does too, or Spencer Ware would not be in Indianapolis right now.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Here's my question also. Going to the tight end with Kelsey. He just came back from whatever surgery he just had, and now he's in France with Josina Anderson.
He had a
does love
cleanup.
sisters. Shout out to him.
He's the only chief that does. Don't say nothing.
But oh, damn. But is he getting kind of Hollywood too now? Come on.
Well, Kelsey should be Hollywood. He's been the best tight end in football for how long without the actual recognition
I give him about
because
3 years.
Gronk did not retire when he should have.
I give him between him and Gronk, I give him the last 3 to 4 years.
Okay. And he's just now getting the credit because Gronk is out of the game?
It's because Gronk is on
Out of the
something.
game.
I'm telling you.
But why was Travis Kelsey overlooked?
Travis Kelsey
Because he doesn't play on the East Coast.
No, because y'all weren't winning.
We were winning. You said the last 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
The Chiefs have been in the playoffs
Right.
every year the
Y'all
last
weren't
5.
winning on the same level as the Patriots.
Well, who is?
Okay, but you
What other team in the world, not just football, what other team in the world wins like the Patriots?
nobody. But here's the thing.
So that's not
Let's
your
just keep this real.
qualifier.
Just keep this real. How much TV time have y'all had compared to how much TV time? The
Oh, we've
Patriots
been
had?
prime time the last few years.
Yes, the last few years. But what's the bigger box office at the time?
The
If I'm a-
Patriots.
Okay, exactly my
But
point.
that's why we're talking right
Gronk
now.
is overrated.
But that's why we're
Gronk's been overrated the
You
last
and I
2
are
years.
talking right now because of that very fact you just mentioned. Because the
Kelsey's-
biggest market is
Right.
who gets the attention.
Exactly.
We're called underdog sports because of that bull-ish right there.
That is true.
Oh, okay. Travis Kelsey's been the best tight end in football at least the last 3 years.
Yes, I
at
agree.
least. He's just now getting to play. Now he's about to
long
be
as he
working
can
for a
stay
new
healthy.
contract. Right. He's looking for a new contract. I don't think the Chiefs should give it to him.
Why not?
Listen, we're trying to keep the best around Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. Y'all
Travis
have
Kelce-
contract hell coming up. Y'all damn near like the
Exactly. So
Cowboys.
somebody's got to walk. Why not take the elder statesman and let him walk? He is the elder statesman.
Okay, I get that.
But I'll tell you
that
this.
is your bailout system. Just like how many years the Steelers had
We
Heath
found
Miller,
him.
and that was a bailout.
Let me tell you something about
weapon?
Kansas City and the tight end position.
Mhm.
They seem to come. If they can't scout
Okay,
anything
yes, you had
else,
Tony Gonzalez.
if they can't
Congratulations.
scout anything else over the last 20 years, they can scout that position.
Okay, y'all got.
And I actually like both of those Iowa guys that came out this year. I was really hoping that one of them would just be hanging around.
Nah, that wasn't
That
happening.
that might be Denver's upside there. They did.
Nah,
pick
they
on
still
him.
gonna give it to homeboy from Michigan that can't. What's his name? Butts, and that's what he is. He's butt.
So yes, on the Kelsey thing, and I'm glad you brought up the contract. Hell, he's the guy that they're gonna have to let walk. He's gonna rewrite their record book, and they're gonna have to do him the Tony Gonzalez treatment. Except for he ain't gonna ask for the trade because he wants to play with Patrick Mahomes the rest of his career.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Because AB about to find that out with Derek Carr. So let's go ahead with.
Since we want to step there, we don't have Dallas on here. We do want to cover Dallas because they are local to where we are located.
And Houstonians are loyal to Dallas for whatever the hell reason.
Derek Carr, Dak Prescott. Go.
I'm going to go with Dak Prescott.
Why? Because he can move? That's got to be your only answer.
That's the only answer
That's
I have.
the only answer.
Because
So,
Derek Carr gets flustered, and then once he gets
he
flustered,
dies. But
dies.
he's like every quarterback like
No.
that. I mean, he's a little more.
Derek becomes David real fast.
It's inherent.
Okay.
What can you do about that? I mean, he's had more success than David.
Well, everybody said. Well, no. Here's the thing. David would have been a great quarterback if he wasn't on his ass like a baby because the Texans did not go get an offensive line. Remember that draft. Let's just go back to that. When they got Tony Baselli, who had
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
But by that point had no more cartilage in his knees. He was done. he was already out. Basically, his whole body was out the door.
Right.
But he was just like you said, collecting a check.
But the Raiders have made investments on the line.
Mm-hmm.
They have.
Mm-hmm.
And Carr still sucks.
The Raiders have made investment. No.
Yes, they have.
Okay. When have they paid Donald Penn?
They paid him.
It
He's been there the whole time. He's
took
been
them till
you can say,
last
but he's
year.
been there the entire time.
Okay. Here's the other thing.
They
with
traded the
Derek
center.
Carr.
Well, no, they picked up the Chiefs free agent center, Rodney Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big mistake.
Mhm.
They overpaid,
Mhm.
and they've been regretting it since.
Mhm.
All the Chiefs fans out there were like, we can't lose anybody else to the Raiders. Well, the Raiders still suck.
You don't want to go ahead and y'all get Marshawn Lynch, but they convinced them that he should be still a premier back
Come
after
on.
sitting out a year and still hurt and not really giving a
And
damn.
then want him to come back now. They
That's the thing.
still want him
Here's the thing. Marshawn only came back for one thing.
because he was at home.
No, he can't. Well, that too. But the other factor is he needed to get over 10,000 yards and get his 100 touchdowns so he'd be Hall of Fame consideration.
He's not a Hall of Famer.
Ooh,
No,
we will.
he is
That's
not
an
a Hall of
argument.
Famer.
Lies you tell.
He is not a Hall of
How
Famer.
you figure?
How many years did he lead the league in rushing?
What, 2?
Show me those years. Google it.
Okay. Well, we'll have to pull that one up.
Yeah.
But while we're talking, here's
How
why I
many
look at
years
it.
did
Was
he-
he feared?
By whom?
A lot of defenses.
The
said,
NFC?
Hey,
Let's be honest. The NFC? Mostly the NFC West?
okay, you may be right.
Oh,
He may have
okay.
not led the league.
I know.
Okay.
So where are his credentials?
Here's the thing: he gets over 10,000 yards rushing. Because most quarterbacks most running backs in the NFL, once they get over 10,000 yards, that's pretty much a signed, sealed, and delivered.
Why?
I mean, that just seems like that's the pedigree. Once you look it up,
Marshawn Lynch, Jamal Charles, Hall of Fame. Go.
Marshawn Lynch,
Crazy.
you a homer.
This is not a homer debate.
You're a homer.
Who has the largest average yards per carry in the history of the National Football
His
League?
body of work isn't that big.
It's-
Jamal Charles is going to fall in.
He
just
led the
like
league
that.
in rushing.
Okay.
He
And
led
so
the league
did
in
Priest
rushing.
Holmes, and so did Larry Johnson.
Priest Holmes was absolutely a beast in Kansas City.
And how
And
many
the
of
only
them are in
reason
the
Priest
Hall of Fame?
Holmes is not in the Hall of Fame is because his career started off slowly in Baltimore.
Okay, Larry Johnson.
Well, that doesn't count. He
How many years he led the league rushing? At least 2 years.
at least 2 years.
Herm ran his ass to death.
So here's the thing with Larry Johnson: if he didn't have the domestic violence,
Well, that is true.
he would have had the opportunity to play longer.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't that good. The Chiefs had the best offensive line in all of football
Wait, time
at
out.
that time.
Okay, I gotta rewind that.
He wasn't that good.
Okay, I gotta rewind you on that one.
He
because
wasn't
I'm a
that good.
homer.
You can be a homer.
Because at
Penn State.
when he's at Penn State,
Yeah.
he bought. Well,
What did he do when he
I'ma
left
take that
Kansas
back.
City?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take that back with that because you're right. Because he only balled for 1 year at Penn State.
When they
You know,
had a
we
great
started-
offensive line.
You're right.
He is
take that back.
a system back. So, yeah, he led the league in rushing, but everyone knew what that came from. That's the same. Look, we can go back in the day. Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders.
We're not going there.
Yeah.
Because the greatest is still Barry Sanders.
There you go.
We
We can
never-
go there.
Emmett is not.
He
Okay,
is a product of his
you
offensive
wanna
line.
get there? Emmett is not top 5 running backs all
I
time.
agree.
So
You're not.
I'm about to say,
You're not telling me
'cause
nothing.
I got a man that's from my alma mater, Pitt, Curtis Martin. I feel
Listen.
better than Emmett.
Listen, Barry Sanders ended careers on the field in the NFL.
We'll speak
Rod
on
Woodson went from cornerback to safety in one play.
that. And we'll speak about that one because the fact
One
of the matter
play.
is the Steelers got rid of Rod Woodson too early because of what Barry Sanders
Doesn't
did.
matter. One play
I know.
changed the
Oh,
trajectory
trust
of
me.
his career.
My grandpa was at the
Yeah.
game. Trust me, he came back and said that my grandpa from
Yeah.
Shreveport stuttered that Barry Sanders didn't go on here and just tore up Rod Woodson. Rod Woodson shut his restaurant down because of it.
My nephew used to argue me about the greatest running backs and all this. I showed him one clip of Barry Sanders, and he was done.
Okay, of course.
He was done. Alrighty, so back to the Chiefs. We're getting way off topic, but this is really good.
Let's get to the saga.
We talked about the line. Let's talk about what we started with, this defense. So I got to pull up numbers real quick on Spagnuolo because I don't know anything about the guy other than he used to coach the
Why ain't y'all
the
paying
Giants.
Chris Jones again? I just need y'all to go
Well,
and pay the man.
So
Y'all done got rid of everybody
have you
else.
seen the post? You didn't post them. I'm the one that posted them.
I'm just saying.
Pay Chris Jones. He's in camp, so he should get a
Praise
deal.
Jesus in the name of God.
Well,
Oh, yeah. Thank y'all for Steve Nelson because he is balling right now in our training camp.
He always balled in training camp.
I mean, he's going to be a great
He's
slot
always balled in training
corner. He's
camp.
going to be a great slot corner.
He started off his slot in Kansas
And
City.
he's going to stay there with Pittsburgh. He ain't going nowhere else.
He
He's
wasn't
third.
very good.
Yeah, well, you know.
You want to thank. So I'm glad you said thank you. It is 308-728-2019, our very premiere episode. We are 2 hours, 28 minutes is on the recording thing right now. So that's when you said thank you for Steven Nelson. We're going to come back and check on that by the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Steven Nelson is toast. He has no ball skills. He's good at covering, basically. He has no ball skills.
When
When
I
the
ain't
ball,
say he's going to be a number one. Our number one is Joe Hayden. Still.
you need somebody that can play the ball in the slot.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You need somebody that can play the ball in the
I'm
slot.
not looking at him as
You
a
need,
threat.
as a cornerback, you need to be able to play the ball. Because either
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Tomlin's experimenting with him at safety. I like that.
Stevie Nelson,
Mm-hmm.
he might be that might be okay, but he has no ball skills, so maybe not.
Mm.
You have to have ball skills back there.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
very true.
yeah.
We'll see.
So you extended the court. We're not supposed to be talking about your guys. Spagnuolo, the defense. I'm pulling this mess up now because, listen, I am all about the Chiefs having fired our former defensive coordinator, who I will not name. Another podcast calls Marcus Peters Voldemort. I call our old defensive coordinator Voldemort. We should never mention his name again. Thank God that Andy Reid finally got some huevos and fired an assistant coach.
Can you still say that the Chiefs made a mistake by trading Marcus Peters?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay. That's all I need to know.
You're new to this party, Justin.
Y'all
We
dead.
won a Super Bowl with Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
We are Super Bowl champions right now.
I may give that to you because y'all dead ass wrong for trading him.
Oh.
Y'all traded him because he wanted to kneel. Fucking kneel. Let's get
That's,
down.
That's
with
not
business.
why they traded him.
Why you too vocal? or
That
too
was
good?
part of it, but Andy Reid he values his offensive coach, his coaching staff way too much,
Yeah.
and he disrespected the special teams coach / assistant head coach, who is probably the best in the game, on the team bus after a game. Plus, the way he reacted to throwing the flag in the stands and walking off the field because he thought he was ejected, that threw the city off. The kneeling thing, the city, they mumbled about, but he was still playing. When he walked off the field, people felt like he quit. I understood why he walked off the field, because if I throw a flag in the stands, I expect the officials to kick me out of the game too.
That's fact.
So I don't know why they made a big deal out of it, but they did.
Y'all drafted him, and he was the best.
And then we only got a second round. So my big problem
Let's
is
not talk about trades and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Third and fifth for a fucking Pro Hall of Famer.
Spagnuolo.
Third and fifth.
Now, I'll tell you, Marcus Peters wasn't very good last year, though.
He would suffice.
After he got hurt, he wanted to keep playing, and he should not have. It
Here's the
hurt his
thing.
value.
The Rams, they overvalue both Peters and Talib once they got hurt.
Well, Talib is awesome. I don't know how he's still doing it at this level. I know he's got to be on something. He must know when his drug tests come around, and he gets clean right then.
But
Because
Talib is like the Ron Artest of the NFL.
Bro.
Like, he has bipolar.
to be that good this late in his career at that position, who else is out there that does it that long?
It hasn't been.
Now,
Oh,
Not the
no,
old
no.
school Ty Law days where you could play because you got to hold and all this. Now,
None.
when it's really just a shadow game.
None.
So he's a freak. And this is what we were talking about the other day. I don't like the shelf life of corners anymore.
Well,
I just don't. I'm 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, they're like running backs.
3 to 4 years. Because it used to be they can play for 10 years. But 3 to 4 years in this league, the way that people are valuing speed and the spread, that's all you got.
But you also got to realize one thing. Most of these corners now are either former receivers or former quarterbacks, excuse me. And the game is, you got these big physical receivers. You got your Megatrons and your AJ Greens and your Julios. And then you got ABs, too, who are smaller. But these big guys right here, they wear them down. Them days of Deion Sanders and them days is gone, man.
Yeah, those. But the reason Deion lasted as long is because his mobility and his agility.
And he had size
and speed. He didn't tackle nobody.
No, that was another.
He didn't
factor.
tackle anybody. He's Marcus Peters, but he's a better Marcus Peters because he had way better ball skills
That's true.
and cover ability. Because Peters he's toast on deep routes. I think the rest of the league caught on to that. He's very much toast on deep routes. Steve Spagnuolo, his biggest call to fame is that he's been in the league a long time. He's been a head coach, and he's got ties to Andy Reid. The only thing I like and I loved about the move is the Chiefs are going to a 4-3. I've long believed they should have been at 4-3. They had the talent. I understood having the linebackers out there because they were probably the best part of the team when you had Justin Houston, Tamba in his youth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now linebacker's a tough position for us. So I love that. And it can't hurt with the run defense because they didn't have a clue. He spent very much kicked out of New York. So I don't know.
Who doesn't get kicked out of New York? I mean, you see how they did Tom Coughlin.
But
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that was trash, and they deserve everything they're getting now. And Coughlin is acting like he's inherent and beholding to them, as if he owes them anything.
I have a question. Would y'all trade to get Jalen Ramsey?
That's what I told you.
Huh?
This is what I told you. No. What year is he in?
Ain't this third?
This is his fourth year.
Okay.
This is his fourth year.
Yeah. Because
he's about to get paid, and I don't value cornerbacks on that second contract.
Yeah,
I just don't. They don't age well.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't know that he has the work ethic to keep that agility and mobility.
Well, he has the ego. He wants to be. He wants to be Deion Sanders. Let's be honest with you.
Plug that fan up. No, you can't plug it up.
When he came in with the,
he said, "I'm recording. You got to stay there."
When he came in with the Brinks truck and everything, and HaHa Davis is introing him, which was beyond stupid. But okay, yeah, that was cute. Yeah. I know Tom Coughlin sitting there like, "Yep, let me find a good deal for this kid. He's gone."
Yeah, I think I need to step away because you're about to pass out. You're over there sweating. Really quickly, the defense, Spagnuolo. That's the biggest question mark to do the Chiefs repeat as the division winners. Offensively, I don't think anybody on the planet outside of the Browns, we'll talk about that later. I don't think anybody on the planet is going to ever be able to compete with what the Chiefs have on the field right now, barring injuries.
Even the Rams.
No, not offensively. Now, Cooper Kupp I like. And that's the thing the Chiefs that's the thing I think the Chiefs really lack is a slot receiver. And I think they lack that because of Travis Kelce. That's just my feelings.
Okay.
I think that they refuse to go invest in that position while Travis Kelce is as good as he is.
Well, that makes sense.
He just can't separate from a cornerback.
Who, Kelce?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
and
not
a slot receiver.
And he's only an okay blocker.
And he's not gonna turn up the field and score on one of these short routes.
No.
He might get you 10 more yards, but a slot receiver, when they turn it up, it could be over.
Oh, it's gone, of course.
So I don't know why we're overvaluing that position. I need you to fill the time so I can plug up the phone. So talk about something really quick.
All right, so let me go ahead and talk about this little thing called Antonio Brown and what happened with the Pittsburgh Steelers. People fail to realize one tremendously great thing. AB wanted out not because he had a beef with Ben Roethlisberger, not because he had a beef with Mike Tomlin, not because he had a beef with the Rooneys. It's because of his contract. The Steelers gave him clauses in this contract, acting a fool, being stupid, whatever you want to call it, where the guaranteed money may have not existed. Well, it didn't. So after this year, he didn't have any guaranteed money. So that's why he went and gone on social media and in this rant rage and blah, 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 blah. And lo and behold, he got his wish. He got out of the Pittsburgh, and he got a guaranteed contract. Now, was it a shrewd move? Yes, but people fail to realize also this was the same. He has the same agent as a certain team. Well, my counterpart might like him, but I
Can't say Drew Rosenhaus. Please don't say Drew Rosenhaus.
Yes, Drew Rosenhaus is his agent.
This is the wide receiver career killer right there.
But Drew Rosenhaus made AB do the same thing he did a certain team obliterator.
I just said it. Rosenhaus is a wide receiver contract killer.
True, because look what happened with T.O. After he left Philly, he went to Cincinnati, Buffalo, of course Dallas. Never really panned out anywhere else. And to this day, I will argue anybody with why T.O. is a definite Hall of Famer. Get me wrong. But the only reason why he got on the ballot this year is because they had to put Randy Moss on there.
Well, and he wasn't exactly a choir boy either.
Who, Randy?
Yeah.
But you know what happened with him is he changed. He didn't start talking to
when
the
he
media.
got around the Golden Boy, he started behaving.
Well, no, that's what got him traded.
When he got around the Golden
And
Boy,
he acted a fool. Next thing you know, he was on 3 teams in 1 year.
Oh, yeah, but that's when everybody started saying, okay, he's no question Hall of Famer when he got around the Golden Boy.
What made him a no question Hall of Famer is when he became the media.
He was a no question Hall of Famer in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
So
And
they can say
Devontae
everything
Parker
else
for
they
the
want.
Bulls.
But, yeah, since we're on contracts, we talked about Chris Jones real briefly, and we're going to talk about Tyreek Hill. Let's talk about these wide receiver contracts in general, starting with Michael Thomas in New Orleans. The team came out late last week, not this past week, but the week prior, that they were willing to give him $18 to $19 million a year. Michael Thomas holds out. Why does Michael Thomas hold out?
Because he wants 20 to 22.
Really?
He wants 20
18 to 19, 20 to 22.
Now, here's the thing.
He just wants to be the first $20 million a year wide receiver in the league.
Correct. And he's only in, year 3?
You're hurting your team doing that.
Right.
Stupid.
Here's the thing.
How don't you risk alienating fans?
Well, I mean.
Over $1 million when you're making 19. The team was willing to go 18, 19. If we're talking about winning, that $1 million, do you really need it?
Look at Le'Veon Bell.
I'm asking you a question. That $1 million for a Super Bowl ring, do you really need that extra $1 million?
No, because you can make it in endorsements.
So
he's on Jordan brand. People fail to realize that.
Again, back to the question: do you alienate the fans when you hold out for $1 to $3 million when you're making 18 to 19?
No,
you don't alienate the fans.
You do alienate the fans.
Okay.
I'll take that back. You alienate the fans because we're seeing it. I just dealt with this last year.
Yeah.
Well, 2 years.
Yeah.
I dealt with this with AB first.
And he alienated the hell out of the fans, right?
And then we had Le'Veon.
Oh, God.
Ultimately signed
the-
for less
The
money.
fans
with the
were
Jets.
on his side, though.
The fans were
on his side.
They were on his side until he shows up to Pittsburgh. When he showed up to Pittsburgh and he's hanging out and he's making his social media life, and then he goes back down to Miami, he's jet skiing and partying.
But
that's when the fans was like, "What's this?"
Blame the team. If the team wanted so the team had the opportunity to say, okay, LB, we're going to go ahead and we're going to re-sign you. We're going to let's make this oral obligation like the Chris Paul deal in Houston. Let's make this oral obligation that we're going to pay you 3 years, $17 million after this season.
Yeah.
Come back. Let's try to make the playoffs. Why didn't the team do that? Because they wanted to prove a point.
No. Here's the thing. They had the deal in contract. They had everything set. What changed this deal is when Gurley got his money. And the only reason why Gurley got his money is because Rock Nation sat there and said, we're going to make sure you the highest paid running back.
And he messed it up for all the running backs right now.
Who, Gurley?
Yeah.
Yes, because you know what's happening now?
Look
he
at
can't
Zeke.
stay healthy.
Look at Zeke. He's not paid yet.
Right. And Zeke's already
And
said
he
he's willing
is
to
the
stay.
Dallas Cowboys. You take Zeke away from that team, they lose 12 games.
Oh, yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you with that. Here's the thing with this one. Le'Veon played himself because as soon as the market got opened up, you sat out a year. You're not healthy. You came in 25 pounds overweight. The Jets didn't want to give you what you wanted to get paid for.
All righty. So, go ahead.
Let's go with your boy Tyreek.
Yes.
He's sitting there waiting to see what Michael Thomas gets.
But can he?
Yeah.
No. Michael Thomas is a choir boy.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas is a choir boy.
I agree.
I'm paying Tyreek Hill at least $3 million a year less than Michael Thomas.
So, okay, so let me ask you this. If Tyreek does get to 22, so you're willing to pay him 19?
No. I think you can't go over 17.
17 still high.
It's very high, but he's still elite. And I only want to go 17 over 3 years because the one thing that does not age well is speed.
Yeah.
3 years, 17 mil a year.
And I'm not saying Tyreek's is a one-trick pony, but he's not one. He's not
gotten
the greatest
better.
route runner.
He's gotten better, and he works really hard.
I
will
totally
give him
agree.
that. He's gotten a lot better, and he works really hard, and he's got a quarterback that doesn't need you to be a crisp route runner.
Max I give Tyreek is 15.
See, then we're literally right back to what I'm talking about. We're talking about
If I'm
$2
a
million.
Chiefs fan, who do I want to pay? Do I really want to pay
For
the
3
quarterback
years.
or the receiver?
I only want to pay Tyreek for 3 years.
But you know his agent's going to want 5.
And
Get
I'm
that
only
3%
paying him
commission.
for 3 years. If you don't take 3 years, I will franchise and trade you like we did D Ford. And I know I can get a lot more for you than I got for D Ford. So
What did y'all get? Y'all got a second round.
second round.
Okay.
So Tyreek is going to get a first. Yeah, you can nod.
Yeah,
as
he
long
would.
as nothing
He
else
would.
comes out of his domestic violence, he's the number
He
one.
would. 'Cause
He's
you know
better
what?
than Omari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know where you'd send him? Probably the New Yorker. He might be another Raider too. Raiders like everybody.
We're
has a
not
position.
trading him to the Raiders. We can't. Nobody can cover him. You think we want to try it 2 times a year? Hell no.
That's
He's
true.
going to like
New York.
Atlanta. Yeah, that's a great. Yeah,
Atlanta?
on the turf, Tyreek. Oh,
Hold up. They already dealing with contract issues with Julio. You think they want another person to deal with contract issues?
we talked about this.
Okay.
We
You-
talked about Julio.
Yeah, that's true. But you know where I would send him?
Who,
Who's willing to
Julio?
give him a number 1?
Who?
Yeah, I got to do something with Cam Newton. Yeah, I might as well trade him to Carolina. They ain't got no receivers in Carolina.
They don't value receivers there very well.
Well, I mean, see how they did Steve Smith.
Yeah,
But
they don't
if you-
value receivers.
If you
there.
want your quarterback to lack, because yeah, don't get me wrong, they drafted Will Greer, West Virginia, blah blah blah, bullshit,
Mhm.
whatever. But if y'all want to keep the franchise going, y'all got to give him some toys.
Yeah,
And Greg Olson already said this is his last year. He's done.
Yeah,
So y'all
he's-
have no weapons. It'll be
he should
Christian
have been
McCaffrey.
done 2 years ago.
Yeah, well,
He can't stay on the field.
well, yeah, that's true.
He should have been gone. So Tyreek Hill's contract issue really quickly. Let's get back there.
Mhm.
Tyreek, this domestic violence thing, while the league is letting him play, I don't care what anybody says, it's still hanging over him. So, yeah, at least $3 million a year less than Mike Thomas. I think Mike Thomas should only get 20.
Still
That
too high for a receiver, man.
they put
If
the points
Drew
on
Brees
the
was going
board.
to be here for the next 5 years,
Well, he's not.
exactly.
So you don't.
So you get
but you got Teddy. You have your succession plan on your roster.
Teddy only signed for 2 years.
It don't matter. He's
If
gonna.
Drew if Drew stays for 2
If
years,
Drew
then
stays
what?
for 2 years,
and
that's
then Drew retires and Teddy leaves, then what? What
listen,
you gonna do? You gonna
first
get
off,
Tyson Hill?
If Teddy
Good luck.
sits for 2 more years, and Teddy needs to go ahead and just accept that he's a career backup.
Well, I mean,
You
look at
can't
Chase
sit
Daniel.
till you're 30. You can't
Facts.
sit till you're 30.
Yeah, that's true.
Not in that league. We talked about the Chiefs. Like I said, Tyreek Hill, the domestic violence thing, it's out there. A lot of the city owes Tyreek Hill an apology based off of the things that we heard later about that. Kudos to the Chiefs. They finally got one right. I thought they were premature with Kareem only because he was just going to get paid regardless. So
Y'all didn't want to pay him, and that's
we weren't
why.
going to pay him.
Right.
We were never going to pay
y'all
him.
not going to pay. If
We
y'all-
were never going to pay him.
y'all
We're
not-
never going to sign a running
well,
back.
Let's be
like
honest with you. Y'all don't pay running backs.
Not
Did
since
Jamal Charles get his big money? No.
Yes, he did. As a matter of fact, that's the last time we paid a
Well, I
a
mean, that
running
was
back.
the last great running back you had.
Yeah, that's the last time we paid a running back.
And
We
then
paid
after-
him. He got hurt.
And that's the
they
thing.
won't
I
do
think
it again.
I think y'all
They
worried
won't
about
do it again.
'Cause
They-
that's the
they-
thing. And I
they-
think that's what a lot of teams worry about. Once the running back gets their big money, and then it's over.
But you know, it's not just running back. We paid. Who's my safety?
Barry.
We paid Eric Berry. He never played again, basically.
But y'all couldn't call that on Eric Berry.
Nobody could.
Y'all can call it on. It's easier to call it on a running back than it is on a safety or corner or a defensive end. I mean, it's hard to call it on Eric Berry's injuries. I mean, it's sad to say he's still out there.
Yeah, and nobody wants him.
Yeah,
He
'cause
should have
he's been-
had surgery.
He's been to Pittsburgh twice already.
He should have
And
had
stuff.
surgery.
He should have.
He should have had surgery at the
I agree.
beginning of the year.
I agree.
And the fact that he didn't, that's when I knew. Forget when they actually did it. I knew they were cutting him when he didn't have surgery. because you can't pass a physical if you just had surgery.
Yeah, that's
They
true,
can't cut you if you can't pass a physical.
That's true.
So I knew when he chose not to have surgery, A, it was a big mistake if he wanted to keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
B, he wasn't going to be in Kansas City anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So we got the Honey Badger, and I like his youth.
How the hell did y'all pull that off? Because he was Texas all day.
So let me first tell you this about my teams in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them who they should get.
Oh, shit. Okay.
2 years later, they get them every single
So
time.
you think they should have drafted Honey Badger? 'Cause
I think that
I was
he
on
should
that
never
ride.
been in the Texans organization. They only paid him $6.5 million. We knew we had an opening at safety. We also knew that we were closer to a Super Bowl than the Houston Texans. So why the hell didn't we pay the man last year? We could have got him probably for 3 years and a lot less money.
I was hoping on Atlanta.
No, they were hoping for Eric Berry.
Yeah,
And
that's true, too.
that was stupid. Anyway, we're on to the Saints now. We briefly touched on this Michael Thomas contract. Let's talk about not just him. Let's talk about all these wide receiver contracts. It's clear that the league is paying more money these days, and the salary cap is going to go up. How much do you slot for wide receivers?
Not $20 million. I'm sorry.
Well, you got at least 4 wide receivers. So out of those 4, you need a budget for what you want. Well, you have at least 5, but one of them is somebody that's making about $300,000, $400,000 a year. At least one of them. You got to figure out your budget for wide receivers. If you have a true number 1 and number 2, that budget is probably $25 million.
Yeah.
If you have a true number 1 and number 2. Here's the issue with Michael Thomas, Tyreek Hill, and all these contracts. If you get the $20 million, what about your colleagues? Are you ever going to not get a double team again?
Here's a bigger thing. If you're putting that much money on a wide receiver, your cap hit is going to be extraordinary.
And your line is going to suck.
Exactly.
You got to
Because
rob rob Peter somewhere.
Yeah.
You got to pay Paul somewhere
only as
in
good as
here.
your line.
Yeah. So what if you're paying wide receivers like this, and this is where the league needs to, owners need to start, colluding a little bit. And I know it's illegal, but it's true. They need to do it.
Owners and colluding.
They have to.
Seems like a
You have to knock the salaries down for these wide receivers. You just have to.
It ain't gonna happen because the biggest divas in the NFL are the wide receivers.
You have to knock this salary down. You can't let them get to the point where they're making $25 million a year.
But let's be real.
Then you're gonna eliminate the tight end position.
That's correct. But here's the thing. Let's be real. If I'm an owner, these are the people I play first. I pay my quarterback. I'm paying my offensive line, and I'm gonna pay my pass rushers. Those are first. Wide receivers. Don't get me wrong. If you have an elite receiver,
one,
that's great. But if he's double and triple team, then what? You gotta hope that your next guy can go ahead and pan out.
All this comes from the CBA.
Yeah,
they're negotiating right now. They got to figure something out.
They're gonna go on strike again, man. I'm telling you,
they're getting locked out.
Yeah, it's gonna be another lockout.
They were supposed to talk today, and they canceled it again. They wanted a deal done by the start of the season. They canceled those aspirations. Still in New Orleans, Michael Thomas, these diva wide receivers. Now let's move on to Drew Brees, the Hall of Fame quarterback. How much longer can he go?
I give him 3 years.
Then what do you do with Teddy Bridgewater? Because you cannot sit until you're 30 as a quarterback and then come off the bench and think you're a starter.
Well,
and then
Kurt Warner did it.
My question about Teddy is, what the hell was his agent thinking?
His agent's trying to get a 3% cut. His agent don't give a damn.
He
just signed the money.
What do you mean? You couldn't find Teddy Bridgewater a job?
I agree. Teddy Bridgewater should be in Miami right now.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you.
So,
but
what the hell is his agent thinking?
Somebody told him that he's going to be Drew's successor. But the thing is
Drew is not even thinking about retirement.
But here's the thing. Drew is starting to be how Brett Favre was when Aaron Rodgers got there. All of a sudden, it's like retirement went from, might to, hell no. I got to show y'all I'm still the man.
Exactly. So, again, what the hell was Teddy's agent thinking?
Good question.
I thought that last year. I said, okay, maybe Drew retires at the end of the year. You can take over. But now, a 2-year extension behind Drew Brees? Come on.
And you hoping, and here's the thing.
Hoping for an injury?
Drew don't get hurt. And that line, see, that's the thing. You still paying that line. That line is, and I will say this, that, and I think he retired this year, though, them trading Jimmy Graham to get the center was probably the smarter move on the Saints' part ever done, because you kept Drew Brees alive again.
Yes, you did, and that is the key to New Orleans. You forget everything else. It starts, ends, Brees with Drew Brees.
Right. Well, I mean,
and their defense finally started to show something last year. That's why they were a much better team.
Even though I think they overpaid Cameron Jordan. He's almost 30, and now he's just now getting this big contract. I mean, he's a defensive end, but don't get me wrong. I think it's a little late in the game for him to get a big contract.
Saints obstacles to the division. The Falcons, maybe?
No.
Panthers?
No.
So it's the Saints.
It's the Saints screwing up themselves.
Yeah, so it's the Saints, because we don't expect anything out of Tampa.
The Saints have the easiest pathway to the playoffs, maybe even the Super Bowl.
Okay, so
a lot of other teams.
We agree we don't expect anything out of Jameis Winston in Tampa, even with your boy.
Please.
With your boy.
With Bruce Arians?
Yeah, your boy.
Oh, yeah. I'm still pissed off that he didn't retire from the Steelers. He got let go because him and Ben were beefing, although all of a sudden
we're getting there. I know you want to get to your Steelers. Yeah, we're getting there.
I don't like Jameis Winston, and I'll be the first one to tell you that. I think Jameis Winston's overrated.
Is he?
Yes.
What do you mean?
His accuracy has issues. He had accuracy issues in college.
Who's overrating him?
Hey, man. Bruce Arians obviously is for letting him start, because if it was me, Fitzmagic would still be there. I'd start him before I go ahead and start Jameis. Jameis would have got dumped. The Tampa Bay giving him that extension was pointless. I would have dumped him last year and took my chances drafting a quarterback.
So
start over, hit the reset button, got to go.
So
Mariota.
So the only person overrating him is the organization.
Yes,
because outside of Tampa, no one would have picked him up to do anything but backup.
No, he would have been
exactly.
A backup.
So just Tampa.
Okay.
Much. So the Saints will win the division. We're calling that today.
Easy.
Okay. Even with Drew, if Drew got hurt,
still got the Saints.
Cam, nothing.
Cam.
Why do they rate this Christian McCaffrey so high? Because he can catch? Or is it because he's Caucasian?
You know what? It's a kind of a two standard, but the boy is nice.
He's okay.
But here's the thing. Christian McCaffrey.
Damian Williams is every bit as good as him.
But here's the thing. Christian McCaffrey for that team.
And we got questions at running back.
For that team they're Reggie Bush in USC. Because he's their do-it-all
I'm glad you
guy.
said USC, because I was like, what are you talking about?
Bro, we're never going to say Reggie Bush.
I was about to say maybe Darren Sproles.
No, he's their do-it-all. Plus, the fact of the matter is he's their only weapon.
He's the great white hope. Call it what it is.
Yeah,
Call it what it is. He's in the South. He's in the South, and he's the great white hope at a talented, skill position. That's what it is.
Well, that and there's no other weapons in Carolina. Name another weapin. And please don't say Greg Olsen.
No.
But name another weapon Carolina has.
Well, they don't value receivers, so they don't have one.
No.
Yeah.
Hell, Ted Ginn Jr. all of a sudden started balling, and they got rid of him.
Yeah, so Saints are winning the division.
Easy.
We're done with the Saints. All righty. So it's your time now. Go ahead.
6 ring kings, baby.
6 rings. When's the last one?
Well, the last one was, 2010? We ain't that far off. You know. The
Okay.
Catch, San Antonio.
Okay.
And we almost lost that game, I'll be honest
That
with you.
was
That was a hope
10
in the prayer
years
game.
ago this year.
Hey, well, shit. 10
Ben
years.
Roethlisberger's still your quarterback 10 years later.
Hey, man,
You think you're going to win another one with Ben. Go.
Okay, here's the thing. We can still win because our defense is better.
With Ben. Because of defense.
Check your stats.
We were getting there.
Pull it up.
We were
Check
getting to
your
the
stats.
defense.
Outside of Patrick Mahomes, boy, and Tom, who else had yards? Who threw up $5,000 in yards last year? $5,000.
One of those weapons is gone.
Oh, shit.
The leader is gone.
I'm going to throw some names out for you real quick. Let's go there. Okay. We had Yancey Thigpen. Yancey Thigpen became Hines Ward. Oh, Hines Ward to Burris. Burris, then all of a sudden Mike Wallace. And Randall L. for that matter. Then we bring in A.B. Okay, so we do get receivers. We know how to groom these boys. Not to say A.B. was a slouch, because he's not. But y'all going to go ahead. Y'all can't slight Juju.
Oh, I'm not sliding Juju.
We gonna see.
But is he AB?
As of right now, we don't know.
Is he the best receiver in football? Because that's what Ben is
Right
used
now,
to
no.
having.
Of course not.
So if Ben is used to having the best receiver in football and that guy is gone, what next?
We can still win. Did anybody say that when Randy Moss went bye-bye from...
That's a system, bro. Come on now.
And what the hell you think the Steelers
Matt
is?
Castle won 11 games from New England.
Okay.
Matt Castle.
When Ben
Matt
was
Castle.
I'm going to bring up something.
Matt Castle.
Okay.
He wasn't even a starter at USC. He won 11 games
But I'm gonna bring
in
up
the
something.
NFL
Bring up something.
with the Patriots.
Hey, when Ben was either A, suspended or B, hurt.
Yeah, I went 2-2.
When? Recently? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But the year that Ben was suspended for the first 5 games, we went 4-1 with
Who was the
Byron
backup?
Leftwich. Byron Leftwich, the slowest black
You
quarterback.
can call
in
him slow,
NFL
but he was
history.
one of the most arm talented quarterbacks in the league.
B left. And, hold up,
Arm talent.
and Charlie Batch.
Oh, well.
Charlie Batch. My man,
I
good
love
old
Charlie. I love Charlie.
Charlie Batch.
Charlie, I wanted him to start in Detroit so many times.
Yes, and they just wouldn't give him that. They
No.
weren't willing to give the keys to a black quarterback. They
goodness.
looked at Rodney Peete.
Nah,
all
hold,
over
yeah,
again.
I'm about to say, you can't say that about
Well,
Detroit.
that's what the problem
Not
was.
Detroit.
They gave it to.
They've had success with black quarterbacks. That was the last time they were actually successful.
Okay.
Maybe they should try it again. Because that's the last time they've had any type of success.
Well, shit, they paid all that money to Stafford. That ain't happening
Yeah.
now. So
Phillip Rivers North.
with
Phillip Rivers North.
with my man, with the Steelers,
Mm-hmm.
we can be successful because we're going to know what we need to do. We need to go back to ground and pound.
So can I say this about the Steelers? I love Patrick Mahomes. I was tired of y'all kicking our ass every freaking year since I can remember.
You were mad 'cause
I
we
was
playoff the year before.
Bro, no, it's not just 1 year. I worked at Arrowhead, and the Steelers would come to Arrowhead, beat our ass, and laugh
Yeah,
every
that's true.
freaking year.
I agree.
And this was like in the late 90s.
90s.
Yeah. So I love you, Patrick Mahomes, if you're listening.
Okay.
If you're not, I'm going to find a way. I know people.
Here's the thing with that. You're the only squad I'm worried about. And
Of
the
course.
Patriots.
Well, you got to worry about the system. Can we not call them that? Just call them the system.
The system?
The system.
Okay.
Okay.
Or we're going to call them the gates. Deflate gate, water gate, spy gate, all them damn gates.
We can call them the gates.
But here's the thing.
The bullshit gates.
The Steelers need to go back to ground and pound, and Ben needs to not force feed the ball. Now, Juju,
are you drafting a new Ben? Are you drafting a new Ben?
Ben got
He's a 20-year. How long has he been in the league?
He came in the
16?
same year. 2004? He came in the same year
So
as
15.
your favorite quarterback, Phillip Rivers.
Okay, 15-year.
Yeah.
You gonna cheat? He's gonna learn a new trick now?
No. I'm not saying that.
Not forcing
But
the
what he
ball.
was-
That's what he does.
Let's go back to one
That's
thing.
why that's
go back to
what
the
I'm
Denver
trying to
game.
figure out. How the hell is he going to be good without the number one receiver in football? You could just throw it up and AB was going to get it. Even at this height, he's as short as me. He was going to get it. You throw it as far as you could, AB was going to get the ball.
Here's the thing: you spread it like we did pre-AB days. When we have to go back to Mike Wallace Hines.
But he's
days.
been just AB for the last 5 years.
Oh no, I
you gonna
totally
you gonna
understand.
train Ben this late in his career to look at option number 3?
He better go ahead and start trying now. Hey, he better do something now. But we need to go back to ground and pound.
Can I say that Ben Roethlisberger's probably had the most lucky career in the history of the NFL? As a quarterback.
Well, here's the thing. He's been the luckiest quarterback because, and I can sit there and say it, and all my people in Seattle, I will officially today, July 28th, 2019, can sit there and say that his running touchdown against the Seattle Seahawks was bullshit. I denied it for the last 10 years, but I can sit there and say it now. It was bullshit.
That's like a Royals fan coming back and saying that we were safe at first base in 1985. But
you went there.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
But yeah, he's had the luckiest career because he's only had to go
Yeah.
through 2 coaches, and he got one out by himself, and he brought in a coach that was that basically was his homeboy.
So if he wasn't 300 pounds, is he nearly as successful as he is?
He still had a cannon.
I didn't want to know.
You talk about, let's say, if he was Tom Brady
The only
size,
reason he's
no.
successful, that's what I want to
No.
hear. Right. If he wasn't 300 pounds,
Hey,
is he
can't
still
help what
Ben
he-
Roethlisberger?
He can't help what he is. I mean, shit.
So
rest in peace to Jared Lorenzen. It didn't work for him.
this is my thing. I venture to say, and I'm serious hell about this, without Byron Leftwich getting hurt his senior year at the University of Marshall, he's the black Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes. But
Yeah.
let me ask you this question real quick. If Ben was in San Diego and Phillip was in Pittsburgh,
You're gonna ask me if
Uh-huh.
the Chargers win a Super Bowl?
uh-huh.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Hell no.
If no. You asked
If
me if
you-
the Chargers win a Super Bowl with
if-
Ben Roethlisberger versus Phillip Rivers.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
System.
No.
Ben started coming alive the last, and as a Steelers fan, and every Steelers
Phillip
fan will
Rivers
touch it.
is the solo reason that the Chargers never win. He is their obstacle.
No, the
He throws stupid ass interceptions because he forces
Did
the
you
ball.
not see? You don't watch
Because
Steelers football, my
he
friend.
forces the ball. And he
Mr.
forces,
5 picks.
Listen, you're talking about how many games over your career that Ben played like that. I'm talking
A
about
shitload of them.
not as nearly as many as
What
Phillip
the
Rivers in the
fuck?
clutch. In like big games.
Hey,
no, big
we
games.
have a playoff.
No, big
where he
game.
threw 5 interceptions.
How many times?
3.
He threw 5 interceptions
Not 5.
3 times in the
4.
play.
He's done
Okay.
4.
Okay.
And he's done 3.
Okay.
I mean, he's had multiple.
I still contend Ben Roethlisberger leads the Chargers to at least 2 Super Bowl wins. I still believe that. He's head and shoulders above Phillip Rivers, especially head. Especially head.
Which is hard to say because Ben does a lot of stupid ass shit.
He does, but his work a hell of a lot more than Phillip Rivers. Yeah.
Well, we both say if it was Eli, no one's going to the Super Bowl, but that's another subject in itself.
We touched this earlier. Juju, the man. Is he really ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Get ready for that 19 coming, baby.
Okay.
Get
Is
ready.
he a 99?
Is he a 99? Hell no.
What is he?
Yeah.
Madden rating
Madden rating 85.
85,
Give him
and he's
85.
ready to be the guy.
Hey man.
And you can.
What else are we gonna do? We gonna sit down and just
Oh, you can't pout.
we can't pout.
Yeah.
We got rid of AB.
James Conner.
Steel City all day, baby.
Yeah, great.
Alumni.
Uh-huh.
Trust me, he's going.
Yeah.
He had almost 1,000 yards
Great.
when he got hurt.
He had almost. Is this horseshoes?
Oh,
Or are we throwing hand grenades?
We're really gonna go there.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Let's put it right
Just
now.
asking.
Let's put it
This
right
is the
now.
National Football League
Okay,
you're talking
let's
about.
put it right now.
Okay.
He will have more yards than Damian Williams.
Oh, well, yeah.
He will,
Yeah, duh.
He will have more receiving
His
yards
quarterback
than Damian Williams.
is Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay.
My quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. My receiving core features Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce. Yours,
forgot about Sammy
yeah, you
Watkins.
did, didn't you?
Yeah, 'cause he's
Your
first.
receiving core, he's better than your number 2.
Well, we don't know who the fuck the number
Exactly.
is. We're about to find out who the damn number 2
And
is.
he's still not a Sammy Watkins. You can say what you want. Sammy had a decent year.
Y'all
He just got
overpaid the
hurt.
shit out of
Oh,
him.
of course. But we had to.
No, y'all didn't.
Well, we had to because we didn't know Tyreek was going to come back and ball.
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't know he was going to really learn how to run routes. He was a one-trick pony. We just taught him how to do the rest, or he worked
Hold on.
hard.
So I'm not a Kansas City fan, but I drafted Tyreek as my second pick on my fantasy football team. So I must have had a little bit more faith than you did.
Oh, I had a whole lot more faith in the arm of Patrick Mahomes.
This is before you. Well, this is last year before we knew what Patrick Mahomes was.
You didn't know
'Cause-
you didn't watch that Denver game the year before
No,
when he absolutely did everything but picked them
But
apart.
that was
He showed
Denver.
them.
You talking
It was
about
Denver's defense.
it was still Denver with
Defense.
Brock Osweiler's quarterback.
The hell with that. It was Denver's defense.
Okay.
This is how that game went. I know you didn't see it.
No, you're right.
Patrick Mahomes dominated the first half to the point where the Chiefs were up so much. The end of the third quarter, they brought in a backup quarterback. Instantly, the Broncos started coming back. So the kid, still at this point, hadn't thrown his first career touchdown. Comes back in, down now, and the Chiefs come back and win the game.
Okay.
Against that defense. We're not talking about Denver's offense. This is when they still had to lead.
To lead
This is
and
when they had
Harris
the
and-
defense.
Yeah.
So and that was his rookie debut.
Okay.
Denver
Okay,
was
good.
playing for something. The Chiefs weren't.
Who was Denver with Brock Osweiler?
Yeah, they were playing for something.
Oh no! In fact, that Brock wasn't even there. Who was the quarterback then? Was it because Keenum was last year? Brock was in Houston that year.
It was, damn it, the guy that the pick that they
Oh, Paxton Lynch.
Yeah,
Well, you know
They
he's
still were playing for
bagging
something,
groceries
yeah,
right
whatever.
now. Shit, he's
Yeah.
with us.
but
He might-
still,
he might
that
as
was
well-
Denver's defense.
He collected. A check
And
on
if
that.
you saw that game and you saw some of those throws, I don't know how the hell the rest of the league missed it. I would never have started Alex Smith in that playoff game the next week, that year. I never would have.
well, you know,
I never would have.
Andy's loyal.
And that's to a fault. That's why he got ran out of Philly, because of his loyalty to Louis Castillo, a defensive coordinator. No, an offensive line coach
Mhm.
that he moved to defensive coordinator, and he refused to fire him. That's why he
No,
got ran out of Philly.
What he should have did, and then bring in Marty Morningwig.
Yeah.
Bring in the coach that was 0-16. No, he wouldn't even be serving me breakfast.
So your defense,
We're back.
are you?
Oh yeah.
You said Devin Bush.
Okay, let's go there.
Your
with the
question
defense.
is, can Devin Bush be the replacement for Ryan Shazier?
Yes.
Do you finally have a heart and soul of your defense again?
Yes,
Is he that guy?
he can be that.
No.
Is he that guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's the answer.
Yes.
So the
because Vince Williams is an outside linebacker playing inside. He's too slow.
so the new Steeler curtain, steel curtain,
You can't never use that, man. Let's
Okay,
not go there.
so-
No, never still curtain.
the millennial curtain,
Yeah, I'll give you that.
the millennial
I'll
curtain.
give you the
You
millennial.
believe that you now have a millennial curtain,
We have something to work on.
so you don't have a curtain. Well, maybe a curtain with breeze.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't.
Because our secondary is
So
like
it's not a
y'all's. It's still garbage can.
Yeah,
garbage
because you signed Steven Nelson and think you
He gonna
upgraded
be
somewhere.
ours.
Oh, okay.
He gonna be.
I
we-
hope y'all can
we
coach
got-
a lot better than Al Saunders.
Well, shit, we still got one corner.
What's up? You read outside? Okay, you're fine.
Well, we still got one corner though.
Okay,
So that's
huh? It stopped me. You can do it on there for the other part. Oh, you're tired anyway. You're fine.
So we got one corner. We got Hayden.
Mm-hmm. Joe Hayden. I like
the,
Joe.
the kid that we drafted from Michigan State, 6'2".
Why don't the Chiefs draft cornerbacks
Hell, y'all can have
until
Artie
like
Burns.
the 7th round? And
Y'all don't believe
the whole league knows going into draft the Chiefs need a cornerback,
But here's the thing.
and the
with
Chiefs never draft one.
But here's the thing with y'all. Y'all are playing Rams football. Y'all are playing old Rams football where y'all don't need cornerbacks if y'all can score 50.
We don't need cornerbacks. So yeah, old Chiefs football too.
Mm-hmm.
Because before there was during that same time we were the less
Y'all had Jason Alexander in them days.
Trent Green. Yeah,
Trent Green.
You say what you want. If he never got that concussion, Trent Green is probably rewrites Chiefs record book.
Oh, no, I agree with you with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Priest and Trent
Yeah.
Green and Tony G.
Man, we had an offensive line.
But
Willie Rofe, Will Shields. Oh my gosh.
Brian Waters.
Oh,
Kinfolk.
Oh,
But,
yeah, those are the days
But going to
when
the
offensive
Steelers.
lines dominated.
Well, they're still kind of dominant now. But with the Steelers, can Devin Bush be the man?
Yeah.
Yes, he can.
Okay.
He has that. The only knock against Devin Bush versus
Who's
Shazier
coaching him now?
was, huh?
No more LeBeau. Who's coaching him?
LeBeau ain't been there for 4 years.
Yeah, and your defense has been what?
Our defense been trashed because of the secondary.
Or is it the secondary, or is it
We led
because
the
you
league in
let
sacks last
Dick
year.
LeBeau go?
No, Dick.
The timing seems pretty good.
Because let's be honest, what has Dick LeBeau done in Tennessee? Shout out
They're,
to my man DeNorris, who was there a couple years ago.
they're a better defense.
They're a better defense, but
I
what
mean,
have they done?
Come on
They had
now.
a winning
They
record?
have Marcus Mariota.
Ain't nothing wrong with the kid. He's not.
You
great.
just said that.
He's
You-
not
it-
great.
You said. See,
They weren't.
you said
they
a
weren't
couple
top
things
picks.
today.
They weren't
that-
top picks.
You said a couple things today that got me questioning if I picked the right guy.
Oh, you
Marcus Mariota.
He's not a back.
He's a backup.
He's a game
Ryan
manager.
Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is a game manager.
Marcus Mariota. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Mariota.
No, they are the same.
Oh shit.
That's what
How
I'm
you
telling
figure-
you.
One got to run. One can run.
One
way
used to
better.
could run 14 years ago,
Okay.
and he still runs
And
okay.
Here's the thing with
They're the same guy.
no, they're not.
I mean, Mariota's more explosive with his legs.
Mariota is a poor man. To be honest with you, he could be a poor man's Dante Culpepper.
No.
He can. He
No.
has an arm. He
No.
has an arm. He has no receivers.
And he doesn't have the accuracy.
Yeah. Well, shit. What you want to do?
He's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
That's hard.
He's
to say.
just a more explosive running
time out.
quarterback.
Time out. Ryan Fitzpatrick is accurate as shit for 5 games.
He's accurate as shit until he has a meltdown.
Well, that's what happened last year.
Marcus Mariota.
No, Marcus.
He just doesn't have the quite the same accuracy.
Marcus Mariota is only like 185 pounds, so that's why. And he's in
And
the wrong
Fitzpatrick
league.
is like
Two.
no,
20?
no,
Yes.
no. He's 6 foot tall.
He's
he might
bigger
be
than that.
205.
No, he's big because he was bigger than that when he was here.
We're
in
looking
with
it
Houston.
up. I love this. See, unlike Stephen A. Smith, where he has all the facts being shot in his ear all the time. Yeah, I hope you don't like that guy because I come for him all the time.
Well, here's the thing. I prefer Skip and Shannon. I watch them more, and Shannon is the same way because Shannon don't know shit. He just has facts, but his grandmama comments are always level.
So Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I would give him 223.
That's way too big, man. It's gotta be.
It got to be about 223.
You are absolutely 100% accurate. It is right on the dot, 223.
Damn.
Wow.
Because he got to be. He's bigger. He's way bigger than Mariota.
Well, man,
Now with Jameis Winston, speaking of which, if we're going there with that, Jameis Winston, if they give him a 220, they
we
lie.
already covered him.
Yeah, I know.
Ah,
Just
we
can't
already-
stand it, dude.
I don't know why. Other than the fact that he's a rapist,
Yep, that's one.
I don't.
He talks that talk. He's like a used car salesman in the NFL.
Listen,
He talks a lot. Shut the fuck up and play.
I
And then you
like
can't play.
I like Winston only because he played.
Don't say Florida State.
He played baseball, and those skills translate. That's what you're seeing. Yeah, they're the same weight.
Who?
Mariota and Fitzpatrick.
Ha! Well,
They are the same. I
That's
knew I
a
was
lie.
looking at the same guy. Yeah, they are the same guy.
Mariota's
One's
not-
got red hair, one's got black.
one's Hawaiian and one's from.
That's
Boston.
it. They're the same guy.
No.
Are you in
Mariota can
denial?
run. Go put up. You can even.
I'm
pull
not
up.
looking at the speed. I'm not saying that
You
they
need
run. But if we go back to the beginning of Fitzpatrick's career, he could run like that. It's just a different league.
No.
It was a different league.
You think Fitzpatrick? So
Yes.
Coming out of where you come out,
He
Harvard.
was a run. He's still a runner, and he's been in the league 15 years. He's still very elusive.
I don't know about that, man.
I mean, I'm not telling you he's ever been as explosive,
I'm about to
but
say.
what has Mariota exploded in the NFL?
When is
He's
Mariota?
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Here's the thing with Mariota.
It translated in college, where that speed was everywhere, right? In the NFL, what's it done for him?
because he doesn't have anybody explosive on his team.
What has it done for him? And Fitzpatrick has.
Fitzpatrick.
Do not tell me Deshaun Jackson, because you tried to trade him to Kansas City this week, and I really wanted to die. Don't do it.
You should've.
No.
Should have.
No.
Why?
He's 100,
What?
and he's a speed guy.
Okay. What's
You
wrong
can't
with
be
having a
100
speed
and a speed guy.
Okay.
You can go 100 as a speed guy, but you can't be 100 as a speed
The
guy.
problem with Deshaun Jackson
Is
he
he's
does-
old,
and he does stupid shit.
and he's old.
It's not the age; it's the stupid shit.
He's old.
He was balling.
He's old.
Think about it. Him and Fitzmagic.
He was balling where?
balling.
In the NFC South.
Okay.
Anything else?
Well, I mean, hey, the
Yeah.
league is the league. They was balling, and
No,
all of a
the
sudden
league is not the league. The Chiefs play in the AFC West. At least two great defenses.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that other team, but at least two great defenses. So, no.
But going back to it,
Mhm.
Fitzmagic, it's
Yes.
not that bad. But as far as you saying the question about my man Devin Bush, who I hope Fitzmagic ever has to run against, he's going to smash the shit out of him.
Your challenges to the division. The Cleveland Browns.
Okay, let me break this down for y'all real quick. Remember a couple years ago when, in fact, let's use this. When Andy Reid was still with the Eagles, and Vince Young came out and said y'all had the dream team because y'all had him and Michael Vick and Awesome Wall.
First off, that was stupid.
okay,
It's the NFL. There is no damn dream team.
exactly my point. But people are calling the Browns the new dream team.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, they
they have a shitload
John
of.
Dorsey is a great general manager.
Yes, he'll draft anybody, he'll sign anybody. I get it. He doesn't care how much of women he slapped.
The Chiefs made a mistake with that one. Listen, I know he cannot manage the cap. You bring in somebody that can.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy loves players, and this is a players' league.
He sure don't like coaches.
Well-
I'm sure they got a better coach.
Well,
You getting Kitchens, who wasn't even the
you're missing it on the coach. He
All right.
had a strong-willed coach. He got ran out of Kansas City. This is all personal now. He's protecting himself.
Dorsey.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had several strong-willed coaches in
Who?
Kansas City.
Yeah, but Dorsey's guy was Reed, and he got pushed out.
Mm.
So,
now he goes
and gets somebody that's a
and
yes
gets a
man.
JV coach.
Gets a yes man.
Gets a guy that
Gets a
was
yes
not
man.
even
And-
the
And
starting.
surround him with as much talent as physically possible, and
And
say, if you can mess this up, you don't even need to coach
and gets the
Little
most
League.
arrogant quarterback. Because I'm gonna tell you this right
The
now.
position.
I love Baker
The
Mayfield.
position
I love
requires
Baker
it.
Mayfield to
The
struggle.
position requires it. I don't like Baker Mayfield. I don't.
Because
But
it's
the
a system.
position requires it.
Right. But Baker Mayfield is the system quarterback because I'm going to say this right now. Jalen Hurts will be in the contention for a Heisman Trophy because of the Oklahoma system. Yes, you got Odell Beckham.
It's the spread.
Yeah. Yes, you got Odell Beckham. Yes, you got, what's his face, Landry.
I'm hoping Beckham gets hurt. Look, I like to see Odell, but he should have stayed his ass in the NFC.
Yeah, all right, okay, I give you that. Yes, you have, what's my man's name? You got, y'all got Hunt, and y'all got Chubb.
Hunt might want to watch it.
There's not enough ball for one team.
Fighting in a club again.
And tell me this, can y'all answer this question? Outside of Myles Garrett, who else y'all got on defense? Who else do they have on defense?
I don't know. They traded everybody away.
Okay. So you got
Their
Myles Garrett. And
offensive
Myles
coordinator.
Garrett, I will say this today, he will not be there when they will be
they're going
franchising the
offense.
shit out of him because he does not want to be there.
They're going offense.
Right. His whole dream is to be a Cowboy. He will probably be down in Jerry world by the time his contract's up, if he don't try to force a trade.
If I were a player, and this is just me, after watching what happened with T.O., after watching what happened with Dez, I wouldn't want anything to do with Dallas.
I agree with you.
I wouldn't want nothing to do with them.
I agree.
All right.
Here's a side note on that. People think I'm crazy. I'm more worried about Baltimore than I am with Cleveland.
You really worried about Lamar Jackson? He's still not accurate. The guy. Listen,
the guy behind him is though.
Listen, this guy here.
The guy behind him, because I don't think Lamar Jackson is going to last 10 games.
Yeah.
The guy behind him has something to prove, and like you may hate him, may love him. RG3 may come in.
I like RG3.
I've always liked him.
Yeah.
I think he got a raw deal.
I think he never got another chance.
He got a raw deal in whatchamacallit. Then he went to Cleveland, which he died.
That was dumb.
Yeah, he just went for the paycheck.
That was dumb. He stayed in the league though. Well, I guess it worked for him.
Because he was a yes man compared to Kaepernick.
Jesus.
But we could go there with that.
Yeah. So let's touch briefly on RG3 because I want to do one thing that's completely not on here. Why the hell does Jay Gruden still have a job in any league? Okay, think about that. We're going to go back to the Steelers.
Wait. I'm going to bring you up something.
Okay.
2004, Jay Gruden was the head coach of the Orlando Predators.
Yep, we talked about this.
I was on that squad.
Yeah.
He didn't talk to me.
Yeah.
He didn't talk to nobody that had no NFL background. My NFL background lasted all of like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Why does he have a job? Because Big Brother has a job. And as long as Big Brother has a job, and which I will sit there and say, and please, correct me if I'm wrong, and you probably won't. The only reason why John Gruden has a Super Bowl because he had Tony Dungy's team.
Yeah. You're right.
And they wasn't going to give a black man another chance.
No.
But what did Tony Dungy do? He
won a Super Bowl in Indianapolis.
But technically, Tony should
have had two.
Yep.
Should have had two.
So
probably three.
And what does Jay Gruden do with quarterbacks? He don't
destroy them.
So
destroy them.
You destroyed RG3.
Yes.
You brought in,
and then you treated Kirk Cousins like he had a bib on the whole time, so he never had a chance to actually see what he could do.
Then you try to go ahead and even use Case Keenum.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna try this shit now. Haskins is going to be on a thin leash.
No, I think Gruden's on the thin leash.
Depending on the owner.
No, Gruden. First off, this is Washington, and they support a black quarterback.
True.
So
Doug Williams, of course. Shout out.
He's a first-year quarterback. The only person on the leash is Gruden, because I think it's impossible not to see what I've been seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Snyder's a billionaire who's hard-headed, and he's got him a guy that is a yes man, but it's impossible to see what I mean, you have to literally be blind. And even then, you could hear what I'm seeing.
But you know what Dan Snyder wants to be? He wants to be Jerry Jones. He wants to be bigger than the team.
Yeah.
And you can't win when your manager or owner/owner is bigger than the team.
Dan Snyder's the worst thing that happened to the Washington organization.
True. Since Michael Jordan took over when he had the Wizards.
That's that organization. I did not go to the sports area, okay? Just the organization. Don't be killing all of Washington sports because of Michael Jordan. That he doesn't control the Redskins.
No, he just destroyed the Wizards.
He did.
Kwame Brown.
But they destroyed the Wizards. They allowed that to happen.
Been the Bullets still.
Yeah. Upper echelon. Yep. I forgot. We have to talk about Ben Roethlisberger. You say that he's
Big Ben, baby.
Is he still an upper echelon quarterback.
He's still top 10. He's not top 5 anymore. He's top 10 still.
I mean, I cannot think of 10. Let's go. All righty. Number one, debate.
Patrick Mahomes, boy, number one.
I refuse to do that. Thank you for that. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, boy, I got to give him 2.
Number 2,
Tom.
Tom over Aaron.
Aaron can't stay healthy anymore.
And
Tom's been healthy.
okay, Tom. Number
And
3, Aaron.
Mhm.
Number 4,
Mm.
because I can tell you who the analysts will tell you.
For number 4,
Yep.
a lot of analysts is throwing Baker Mayfield up there. too,
Nope.
bro.
That ain't it. They're gonna go Phillip. They're gonna go Phillip.
Okay. Phillip over Ben?
No. Okay, we agree.
Phillip over Ben, no.
We got to go through the league.
No.
Let's go through the league.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew,
If he can stay
yes,
healthy.
I got you.
If he,
Yeah,
if he can stay healthy.
Andrew Luck was the truth last year,
Yes.
very silently.
Very
the truth.
silently.
Very
if he
silently.
can stay healthy.
NFL. Team.
Carson.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Top 10.
No.
Hey, man.
No.
He produced.
What?
He produced. And then he got hurt. He just Philadelphia just
He
had
produced
the
for
greatest
8 games in his rookie year, and you're making him a top 10 quarterback. This is 2 years later.
But look at the stats he did.
I don't
last
care.
year. Bro. They were winning. Philly just happens to have the greatest Mariano Rivera of football of all time in Nick Foles. Now he'll suck this year. He got
Carson Wentz is not a top 10 quarterback. He can earn that.
He's top 10.
Not today.
Okay. He's top 10.
Today.
Name
Today.
We'll put him on reserve.
Okay.
Name some other one.
I'm trying to bring up the teams that will help me identify the quarterbacks.
Russell.
Shit.
Russell Wilson.
Why are you doing that?
Why? What's wrong with Russell?
Nothing's wrong with Russell.
Russell.
He's top 10
He top 10.
quarterback.
Quarterback.
Is he a top 10 leader? Yes. Is he a top 10 quarterback?
Okay.
Quarterback.
Look at his division. He's better than Goff. We're not going there with Kyler Murray because if y'all give him a rookie top 10, y'all fucking tripping,
No.
especially when
Hell
he's
no.
5'4".
All right. So I'm trying to bring up all the teams.
He's better than that.
And it's not give. I need them all on the page. Cowboys is Dak. Dak is like top 25. Brady is top 3.
Yes.
It's
Drew.
got the Eagles
Drew
here.
Brees. So okay, your
Drew.
top 3 is
Yeah.
Drew. Your top 3 is easy. Patrick, Drew, Tom. Then maybe
That's
Aaron.
easy?
Huh?
Yeah, that's hard because
Not saying any order, but
right
those 3.
now today, the best quarterback you say is Patrick Mahomes. I'll agree. I won't throw him out there, but I will agree.
Drew is next.
Drew Brees is the most polished, better quarterback right now. Yes.
Tom is after that.
No.
I'm taking Tom over Andrew Luck. You can't
No.
even with his favorite
No.
out of control diaper gone.
No. Tom Brady is not a top 5 quarterback.
Who you got over there?
He's a top 5 leader.
Oh, God.
He is a game manager.
Okay. He's been managing Super Bowls. So how you calling him that? He's been winning.
One game. Joe Montana, Tom Brady.
Joe Montana, but you
Okay.
can't do that.
One game, Drew Brees, Tom Brady.
Drew.
Okay.
One game.
Aaron Rodgers,
Drew
Tom Brady.
Tom.
Really. Take him off of the
Tom.
team. No. Take him off of the team. You put him with let's go with the Packers team. One game with the Packers teams that Aaron Rodgers led with Aaron or Tom?
Aaron.
No, Aaron or Tom
Tom.
on the Packers team.
On the Packers.
Come on, man.
Tom
You know
don't take
factually.
risk.
You know
Tom
factually.
don't take risks.
He throws a
that's
hell of
how
a
he
lot of
kills my
interceptions for guys that don't take risks because the Chiefs seem to pick him off a lot when we play them, and our defense
That's
is
y'all.
awful. Our defense is awful and has been for the last few
But I've
years.
watched him for 4 years in a row go against the Steelers, except for last year, but 4 times in a row where he is gunning. Tom Brady is one of the
You're
smartest.
taking Tom Brady over Aaron Rodgers on any team other than the Patriots. That's what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Wow. I need your credentials, sir.
No.
Yeah, I need your credentials. You've
Well,
been.
this ain't Regents. That's for my resume. Let's get it. All right. So let's go back to the
We're
top
going
5.
back to the list. Hold
Okay.
on.
So-
We will not agree that Tom is the top 5. I'm sorry. Quarterback.
So who you gonna put? Okay, let's go with top. Who's the top 5 right now that you're throwing in there? Let's do your
give me a
top 5.
second.
And I'll
I
do
gotta
mine.
get these teams. It's cutting them off. I only got half of them.
Kirk Cousins?
Hell no.
I'm just trying to think.
Teams.
I got it. I know you're a division guy. Joe Flacco.
Hell no. All right, let's go. Let's go. More results. Give me more results. I'm gonna go. Oh, there you go. Duh.
You pulling up the stats?
No, I'm just pulling up the teams.
Right.
I can put a face to the team. All right. Redskins, Haskins, Smith, no. Titans, no. Bucks, no. Seattle, he's top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, top 10. I'm not
easy.
So I got Seattle. I got Pittsburgh.
Yep.
I got New England, New Orleans.
So question, Jared Goff.
That's tough. That's really tough. He's had one good year. That's tough. I can't, but you can. Yeah, and I agree with that.
Patrick Mahomes
You called him number one.
I did.
You called him number. I agree.
Numbers.
Yeah,
Goff put up numbers too.
he did. But Patrick Mahomes was more. He looked better doing it.
Well, I mean, hey, this ain't a beauty contest. Shit.
And he's the MVP.
I'm about to
and
say.
he didn't go through a lull in the second half of the season. He produced from game 1 to game 16.
No, I give you that, but
So-
we're still saying the numbers and is he a top 10?
Based
Goff
off
right
the
now is probably
lack
like a number
of
12.
good quarterbacks, who was in Arizona? Oh, the kid.
The kid. I'm about to say
Yeah.
Murray. It's Murray, then I don't know who
That
else.
guy's like number 30 on my list right
Who?
now. Murray.
He should be. He's a
Yeah,
rookie.
okay. I don't. He's not Patrick Mahomes, and I really think that's what they believe they drafted.
Reg, how tall are you?
About 5'8".
Okay, so Murray's probably shorter than you.
Yeah, he's not.
Murray's
Patrick
like
Mahomes.
the Allen Iverson, Chris Paul of football, where they lying about their height because Allen wasn't 6 foot and Chris Paul's not 6'3".
That's true. All right, Cardinals got the kid. Falcons got Ryan, Matt Ryan.
Okay,
He's not top 10.
He's
not
he
top
was
10.
Top 10. He's
When?
not anymore. The Super Bowl run, he was top 10, bro. He wouldn't have won the MVP not being top 10. Come on,
He wouldn't have.
he has to.
Patrick Mahomes won the MVP because he was surrounded with talent. Absolutely surrounded.
Okay, you're making my point. So
It wasn't Matty Ice.
Matty Ice.
It wasn't him.
One of-
He's the reason they didn't win the Super Bowl.
No.
Yes.
The reason they didn't win.
He's the reason they didn't win the Super
They
Bowl.
didn't win the Super Bowl because they were horrible on clock management.
That's a coaching thing, but
That-
he's the
exactly.
reason they did
Quinn
not
should
win
be
the
fired
Super
for
Bowl.
that
Oh,
shit.
yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because if you're up that much, you run the fucking ball, and you had 2 hell of a great running backs in Coleman and Freeman.
Yeah.
You don't start slanging that thing
Yeah, but
to try to get Julio stats up. Fuck that.
Matty Ice, listen, he's not, no. He's.
Yes,
I'll give him top 10 because of the pure lack of ability of other quarterbacks
exactly.
in the league.
So you got to.
All right.
I mean,
So,
that's what I'm saying. You
with
gotta
that
slide 'em
being
in.
said, yes, even Phillip Rivers is going to make it. So let's go through the teams.
Okay.
Arizona, not top 10. Matty Ice, I'm going to give him top 15. The Ravens, top 30.
Who?
The Ravens quarterback Jackson,
No.
top 30.
Actually got to show he can throw a pass.
Yeah, Buffalo,
Josh Allen. He nice, but
top 25.
top 25. Josh Allen has the potential to be the next Ben Roethlisberger. He's a big ass quarterback.
Cam
That is a candidate.
Newton. These are questions, right?
Top 15.
Okay. So we're going to make him 15.
Because they were like, Cam's accuracy has never been better. Cam also couldn't throw the ball 15 yards last year.
What's the Bears quarterback name?
Oh, Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah.
Trubiscuits.
Top 25.
He's top 15.
Believe it when do the coaching, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luck.
The Bengals not even top nothing.
Is Andy Dalton still playing?
He is.
Oh, shit.
How? I don't know.
No, it's because he's from your area. He's a Katy guy.
And it's because he's in Cincinnati. That's how.
Yeah.
No one know. Baker Mayfield.
It's 15. Not top 10. Not yet.
I'm,
You got weapons.
I'm struggling with 15. We'll see. You call him top 15. So we now have.
You got weapons, but I do have a feeling he's going to have a high turnover ratio because he's going to try to go to appease the 2 boys, the 2 LSU kids.
3. We now have 4 in the top 15. Alrighty. Dak, top 25.
Top 20.
Alrighty.
You got to go with wins also, man. If they winning and made the playoffs,
Take Zeke off of that team. No,
Think
don't.
about it.
No, I am thinking.
what was the record when
Take
Zeke
one
was
piece.
suspended?
No. Take one piece off of that team, and it's just the running back,
Right.
a position that no other team values. Take Zeke off of that team.
Oh, the Rams.
Take him off of that team, and then where you put that?
I still have them top 20.
Wow. Okay.
Still have them top 20.
With 12 losses, because we both agree they lose 12 games without him, even with that great defense.
Still top 20.
Okay. So now you
Because you got to realize there's also you're naming two quarter. If you can take two quarterbacks off the back for being rookies and Lamar Jackson, so that's 3 right there. So with 32 teams in the league, 30 teams,
we still got 4 in the top 15.
Okay.
Flacco.
Are you serious?
I'm asking you where he's at.
Flacco is top 25.
Okay, so still 4. Stafford.
Top 20.
You got to put it.
You hate him.
I
that
hate
much.
him, but he's in the top 15. I don't.
Why?
I mean,
Because
if we
he's
do
in the
wins
sucky
and losses,
division?
then no. But
He's in the second
no,
division.
I mean his numbers.
The only team that's worth a damn in division is the Bears.
He's still top 15. So that's 5. On my list, I got 5 in the top 15.
All right.
Packers, yes.
Yeah, it's easy. Aaron
Watson, yes. So
Yes.
we now have 6.
Okay.
Luck, 7.
Okay.
Jacksonville has Foles, no.
Mm-mm.
Chiefs, 8.
Okay.
Chargers,
9.
all right. Rams,
He's 15. He's not top 10.
we are only at the Rams. So you got teams left. You want to put the number 10 guy in there.
Okay. So if I'm doing this right now, let's just
I'm
if
just
my
saying.
list: Mahomes, Breeze, Brady, Rodgers, Ben, Rivers. So I'm at 6 right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm already at 6. Then you add
Russ,
7.
Okay. Let's go back to the top of the list.
Russ 7.
No. Cam. You got Cam. So this is that area. Once you get past the 7, it's kind of like, okay, let's go. So let's
You know
start
what?
over. Mahomes.
Okay. 1. Let's not even put them. Let's just say top 10. We won't put them in any type of order.
Here, let's do this.
So let's just do the top 10 right now.
We need to write this on something.
You got a pen?
You got something? Hand me that paper over there, please. We need to write this.
Well, no, you can
Just
write
use
on the
the
back
note.
of this. We'll
Or I
just use a
could
pen.
use the note. Pen? Anything? All right, I can just do it this way. Use the technology, right? All right. Come on. Hey, I haven't done this yet. New phones, right?
Samsung?
This is how I lost my my pin number, my wire pin at work.
Boy,
Yeah.
don't admit that in here.
No, it wasn't lost. I had to reset my phone. And once I reset my phone, that was it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Create note. You got pen? All right, so none of this. Let's go for it.
Let's get her done.
All right, so what we know, Mahomes,
So PM15, AR12,
AR12, TB12,
Big Ben.
Russ, 7. I'm just putting 7.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Big Ben.
Yeah.
Phillip.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want him top 7. Let's go back through these teams.
Because you got Russ up there in the top 5.
I got him above Rivers.
When has Russ ever had over?
He won a Super Bowl.
He won.
He won in the
Ben won a
playoffs.
Super Bowl. Okay.
I said Rivers. I'm
Eli
not even
Manning
talking. I'm not.
won
No,
2
no,
Super
no.
Bowls.
No.
So what are you saying?
No.
Eli's won 2.
So
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Would you
okay.
call him a Hall of Famer?
We have effectively eliminated Super Bowl as a part of this conversation. You win. You didn't even have to get to Dilfer, okay?
Bro, I'm about to say Flacco has won a Super Bowl. You're not saying a lot, bro.
I still, if I have one game to win, I'll take Russ over Rivers any day.
Okay.
Any day. That's why I can say I got Russ
Mobility
there.
wise, yes. Of course.
No, I'm talking about the football game. I'm talking about going out and winning a football game.
I'm calling that a tie.
I'm not. I'm taking the kid. Look.
Well, he ain't a kid no more. Shit.
He's not,
Grown
but
man with Sierra.
he doesn't sit there and make these constant mistakes that cost you games. unless he has no talent around him.
Well, that's the only thing I give Russell an advantage for. For the longest, he didn't have any
talent around him.
outside of beast mode, and your running back can't be your premier catcher.
And he wasn't exactly an explosive threat. Your beast mode. That's why he's not in my. He was explosive. I used the word explosive.
Bro,
that was the word I used.
Let's
explosive.
Let's bring it up to that Super Bowl.
No. Explosive.
What you mean by explosive?
Who he gonna outrun?
He ran. No.
He didn't outrun him. He didn't outrun him. He ran him over.
Okay, shit. What you
No.
Adrian Peterson is not what you call explosive. He is a power.
I said
back.
Explosive.
My favorite running back, one of my favorite running backs, and a homer, Jerome Bettis was never a speed guy. The bus was. In fact, Steelers in general, the first running back I could say that was a really speed guy was Willie Parker. Outside of that, every back we had was a power back that ran over, not explosive.
You know the thing I've been looking at, none of these teams per se needs a quarterback, but there's a lot of teams that don't have a good one.
Yeah, well, Tampa Bay is a start.
Yeah. All right, so we have Ben, Russ, TB12, AR12, PM15. We can't put
Luck. You forgot Andrew Luck.
What's his name? Yeah. We can't put Garafolo on this list at all.
I didn't even think about Garafolo.
We can't put him
his
there.
body of work is not.
We can't put him on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going back through the teams. Arizona, no. Falcons, we got Ryan.
You still didn't put down Luck. You put Drew. No, Andrew Luck. Oh, okay.
That works for you?
Well, no.
You know who's not on here?
That's what I'm talking about.
He's not on there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right now. Is it still going?
I was wondering.
That's a good question.
Well, timing was still going.
Where are you? Oh, it's not on there. It's right here.
It
is still going. Alrighty, we've been talking a while.
You know what? Then we'll put Cam on there.
Cam.
I can safely put Cam on there.
But I haven't put your boy on here yet.
Who?
Rivers. And Rivers, Cam all that.
Put Cam. A healthy Cam is dangerous.
Yeah, a healthy Cam is a monster. He's Patrick Mahomes before there was a Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. If that's not going to be the case, then I'm going to throw a wild card out there. I'm going to throw out the Super Bowl runner-up and say Goff because he put up numbers. Yes.
1 year.
Okay.
But Mahomes is 1 year.
Mahomes is 1 year as well. So
but Mahomes doesn't have a bad year.
Well,
Goff does.
Goff is all about coaching.
It doesn't matter.
Who was his coach before?
One had a good year. One had a bad year and then had a good year.
Which team has a coach?
I agree with the coaching, but I'm talking about what they did in the league. What they did in the league. Mahomes, the reason he's on this list is he's the reigning MVP, and he has not yet shown you a bad year.
But he went to a Super Bowl. Okay.
And he didn't
Goff
necessarily.
Went to a Super Bowl,
matter of fact,
he was in the top 5.
Let's look at this. Mahomes is the top quarterback on this list to me only because he never really had a bad game.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Not one.
Okay.
He had games that weren't Patrick Mahomes, but they weren't bad games.
Bro, everybody on this list other than that, outside of Drew Brees, had a bad game. Mahomes and Drew Brees are the only ones that had bad games, so you can't use that.
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying.
Aaron's had a bad game, and Aaron Rodgers, because he only had 2 interceptions last year. But so you got 3 out of what right now we're at 9. So
we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I thought we had 10 before. You put Trubisky somewhere on this list, but that was top 15. So we are doing top 15. Mitch, I can't spell that last part.
Yeah, just put Mitchell Trubisky.
You know who we haven't talked about at all?
Who?
We're getting to him too. Yeah,
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
There's your 10.
Yeah.
Take Mitch off, put Deshaun on.
3, 4,
Take
5,
Mitch
6,
off.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got to go to 15. All right. Stafford. He's a top 15 guy.
Cousins.
Really?
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's only ever won 8 games.
How many won last? I thought he was. No, you're right.
He's only ever won 8 games. He's Ryan Fitzpatrick without the mobility.
I don't know about Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's a lot. Right
Big
now,
games, he chokes.
Right now, Ryan Fitzpatrick is Eli Manning.
Yeah, I agree with that. We're on the same page. We haven't talked about Eli at all. We're not.
About Sage Rosen. I'm just playing. Or Josh Rosen.
All right.
In Miami. You still don't want to put Carson there.
Carson who?
Wentz.
You say he's top 15. I'm writing him down. I mean, I'm looking at the rest of these teams, and he's there because of lack of anything better.
Exactly.
1, 2,
it's the
3,
lesser
4,
of two
5,
evils. So
6,
think
7,
about it.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need 2 more quarterbacks.
I will say Baker now.
So you're putting him top 15.
I will put Baker top 15.
We need
I hope he
one
breaks a leg,
more quarterback. We need one more quarterback.
You're going to hate when I'm going to say this one. But I'm going to have to say
Is
it.
Rivers on the list yet? Hold on. He's not on here. He's
I was
got to
just
be there.
about to
Right?
say,
You
I'm
got to
gonna
put him
say
there.
Phillip.
Just
You're
because of
15.
numbers. All right. So it's 30 teams, right?
Mhm.
These are the top half.
Okay.
I can agree with this list,
Okay.
but I would put Phillip at number 15, or it's a tie.
No.
Like after number 7, that's the whole point.
No,
After number
Phillip's higher
7,
than 15.
they all get in a muck of who. So top 5: Mahomes,
Yep.
Breeze,
Yep.
Rodgers,
Yep.
Brady.
Yep.
Give me a 5th.
Ben.
Give me a 5th without you being a homer.
Ben.
Ben is better than
5,000
Russ.
yards.
Ben is better than Russ.
5,000 yards.
Ben is better than Russ.
5,000 yards. That's all I'm saying.
He's better than Andrew Luck.
Thank you. He's better than Ryan. He's better than Cam.
Okay.
He's better than
You
Mitchell
going Ben.
Trubisky. And he's better than Deshaun right now.
All righty. So you're leaving Russell Wilson out of the top 5.
Yes.
All righty. Who's number 6? And like I said, after the
Now.
obviously after the top
now
4,
Russ is 6.
you're off a cliff.
Russ is 6.
After the top 4, you're off a cliff. It's not even.
I just want to see how he's going to pan out where he only has one receiver.
All righty. So what we have left is no. You put Ben above Andrew Luck.
Yes.
Okay. You're putting Russ above Andrew Luck.
No.
I thought so.
Russ
That's
is
why I
6.
moved him.
So Russ is 6.
Russ is 7.
Or I mean Russ is 7, excuse me.
Yeah. And then after 7, what we got left is Matt Ryan, Cam Newton,
Well,
Mitch Trubisky.
That's when it, like you said, it falls into just
It's
now.
just off. After number 4, it's a cliff.
Because
After Tom Brady, listen, I'm giving you Ben Roethlisberger, but at this stage of his career, at this stage of his career,
bro, $5,000.
Are
Drew
you
Brees is getting $5,000 and he's 4 years old. He's 5 years older than Ben.
Drew Brees has a true number 1 receiver,
Okay, we don't know what Juju can do.
but you called him an 86.
I'm not giving him a 90.
Then
Have
he's
you
not
lost
a
your
number
mind?
1.
I'm keeping it real.
Okay, so
You could be an 86 and be a number 1 receiver. Let's just keep it real.
you have to be in this league,
Right.
because you don't have 90s for 30 teams.
Because you can be name me. Okay, let's just be honest. When Russ had his top receiver, which was Doug Baldwin, what would you rate?
You got to get closer.
What would you rate Doug Baldwin?
Who? Oh gosh.
Doug Baldwin was never going to be a 90 plus.
He wasn't a top receiver.
He was.
He was
the
their
Seahawks.
top receiver,
Exactly my
but
point.
he was never
But Russ was
a
a
guy.
top 10 quarterback, but he was their. Doug Baldwin was their number 1 receiver.
He wasn't, but
Not even
he
in
wasn't
even
the guy though.
Even before the Jimmy Graham days.
Yeah, he still wasn't the guy. I'm
Of
sorry. No. So yeah, after that it's a cliff. So we have our top 15 quarterbacks. Rivers made the cut.
He hates that.
somehow
He hates
makes
that with
the
a
cut.
passion.
The
Chiefs guy hates the Chargers guy making it the top 15.
We
just to be
got.
honest.
We're done with the Steelers then, right?
Yeah, we'll go on.
All right. Texan time. Hi, Texans. Any Texans out there? I guess they're quiet right now. All righty. The first question that we have on the Texans is Deshaun Watson ready to grow?
The bigger question is the O-line ready to protect?
You're blaming the line.
Yes.
Okay.
Bro, that line.
When he had time and the game was on the line, he choked.
He's only a second-year player,
Okay.
and he's doing the same. Okay.
Consistently. They should have won at least 3 more games.
More or less.
At least 3 more games.
Here's the thing. He's also running for his life on a lot of those plays.
So is Patrick Mahomes.
Difference?
I mean, he was drafted. These were the 2 guys. That's who I thought the Chiefs were going to take when they traded up.
Here's the thing.
I hadn't heard of Mahomes yet. And I'm a baseball fan. I know a lot about Mahomes' dad, but I hadn't heard of him yet. I am very glad we got the guy we got.
Okay. Here's the thing. With Watson, He's running for his life. They have no running game. Their running game is beyond trash. And not to mention, is Bill O'Brien is the most overrated coach in the NFL.
Wow, you're going right down this list, aren't
not
you?
named Jason Garrett.
Wow, you going right down this list. You
everything.
went right down that list. So my question about Watson is,
it's time. It's his third year.
You're saying time. I'm saying clutch. I need to see that.
Okay.
Moving the ball between the 20s is great.
Okay.
But I need a touchdown. Can you get me that unless you're running? He can do it with his legs. Mm-hmm. But in the clutch, when he had to throw a ball to try to win the game, it never happened.
One receiver. One.
I'm glad you talked on that.
No tight end.
That's number 3.
No receiver. You got
DeAndre Hopkins.
D-Hop. That's it. And D-Hop is the truth. But if you triple teaming D-Hop and you still throwing it, you a dumbass.
Yeah.
Just like Ben was doing with AB, triple team and still trying to throw it to his ass.
So
interception.
What we're saying is they're going to do great in their division, but
it's their division.
That's it. That and they won't do great because they got Andrew. They got to play against Andrew Luck.
Weapons.
Okay.
Can you name me the Texans running back right now?
Can he hit a guy that's open now though?
He should,
but he isn't. And I can tell you why. I can tell you why DeAndre Hopkins is a 99 because he catches everything and it ain't even close to him sometimes.
Well, that's true too.
Watson has to work on his accuracy. He has to.
Watson had to work on his accuracy when he's at Clemson. He ran a spread.
He still has to work on his accuracy.
I give you that. He has the wrong coach. He cost
them 3 games last year by missing wide open guys when they needed a touchdown.
He missed the playoffs game too.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. You have the wrong coach.
That's subject number 2. We're on Deshaun right now.
Deshaun will succeed.
So you're fine with his accuracy.
I'm fine at his improving his accuracy. Right now, if I'm going to go
in the clutch,
if we're doing a Madden rating system in a clutch accuracy, he's probably about a 70 right now.
70. That's high for what I saw.
He can get there.
He can get you to 20. He can get you to a field goal.
You gotta realize, first year full starting, and still not running for his life. Patrick Mahomes did have to run for his life, but not like Deshaun did.
Did you?
Deshaun damn near was David Carrish.
No.
If Deshaun was
if Deshaun
was yes.
No.
You tripping?
He was not David Carrish. They would not have won as many games as they did if he was David Carrish. How many
sacks did Deshaun?
He took a lot of sacks, but a lot of that is because he holds on to the ball.
Patrick didn't take that many sacks
because he's a little bit more elusive. Watson is faster. Mahomes is a little more elusive. Okay. And now I get the elusiveness because Mahomes is probably a little bit stronger than him in the legs, and that's really crazy.
That's a baseball thing.
Yeah, it is. So topic number 2. General manager, head coach, Bill O'Brien.
Should have been fired.
Agreed. We ready to move on?
And Rick Smith got the raw end of the stick.
Rick Smith, the guy that they just got rid of last week, everybody. He should have been gone.
Rick Smith should have still been there.
He was supposed to come back after whatever. His wife was sick,
his wife passed away. Rest in peace to his wife. But
condolences.
Rick is still, yeah. Oh, so we're just going to go into Hopkins, 99?
Well, we're still on O'Brien.
O'Brien needs to be fired. We both said that. Let it go.
Okay. So O'Brien is a good offensive. Is he even a good offensive coordinator in the NFL?
No, O'Brien's winning off the fact of 2 huge factors. One, he was the quarterback coach for the Patriots, which I will sit there and say, and everybody knows this, if anybody comes from the Patriots organization,
they should not be leading your organization.
They suck. Charlie Weiss, Romeo, who you had over there.
He was a good defensive coordinator.
Thank you. But I'm talking about as a head coach.
No, that was just
Romeo, Josh McDaniels.
I was happy they gave it to him because he's black.
The only side note with Romeo, when he was with y'all, he dealt with a lot of shit, including homeboy that
Javon Belcher.
Yeah.
We're moving right along.
Okay. Well.
Alrighty. Yes. Is Hopkins a 99 on Madden?
Yes.
Is he worthy of being the only 99 wide receiver in the league?
Yeah, because he did catch.
No.
Yes.
Is he worthy of being the only? You're calling him the best wide receiver in the National Football League.
Facts.
Really?
Yes. Over number 84.
Besides hands, what else is there?
He can block. He catches some of the most.
That's hands. I said besides hands.
He can block.
Uh-huh.
He runs routes.
Okay.
He runs the best routes probably in the league. And he has the best release. One of the best
I like
releases.
Odell on route running.
No.
I like Odell. Route
No.
running. I do. I
No.
yeah, I do.
Odell's okay.
He's not
I
a
would take
speed guy.
Landry route
No,
running
you say
over
what you
Odell.
want. Landry's faster than Odell. Odell's not a speed guy. Odell is a route runner.
We'll find out in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But nah, I'll give Hopkins his 99. They should have had him on the cover of Madden.
The
man.
only 99. That's the question.
The only
He's
99
the
is-
best wide receiver in the National Football League.
I'll give him that.
Really?
He's not. Odell is not the best wide receiver.
I'm not calling Odell.
Okay.
Until
So,
somebody
Let's go
unseats
with the top
AB.
5 best race.
Until somebody unseats AB, he's number one.
Here's the thing.
Just because he's playing with David Carr, that does not take away the fact that he's still number one.
Derek Carr, and here's the factor. You had a 90.
So you
quarterback.
take away
You take-
AB's rating because of his quarterback.
You dumb it down. We'll find out.
Now, I'm asking you,
Do I take away AB's
right
rating
now
list?
today, who you got if you need to win a game?
D-Hop, because D-Hop runs a better route.
Separation.
Okay.
Separation.
How many times
Separation.
Okay,
Separation.
And how many times has AB dropped a ball?
Separation. If he can get separation
And
once,
AB's dropped a lot of balls, brother.
if he can get separation once, that means he can get it twice.
He can get it.
If
again.
Hopkins, great hands, if he missed one, it wasn't because he wasn't
And
plastered.
AB will not go in the middle. Facts. Ben better be able to slide that bad boy all the way in. I am a Steelers fan.
I
know
still
this.
got AB as the number one receiver in football.
I'm giving. I gave him Hopkins last year when AB was there before the man.
I like Hopkins.
Hey, man,
I still got AB
because
as the
he
number one
is,
receiver.
he's the fastest
Separation.
receiver.
Separation. Route running. Separation.
He can't run. Whoa,
The
whoa.
three routes he runs are the
He
best
runs
three
three
routes,
routes.
and they're the best three in the NFL.
He don't go in the middle.
He
and
only
will
runs
not
three
leave the
routes,
left
and he
side.
still leads the league in receiving.
Okay, granted.
With three routes.
With three routes.
With three routes.
Okay, so he's Randy Moss. That's what
And
Randy
he's
did.
still the best in the league with only three routes.
Okay. I'm still going to give it to D-Hop, bro.
You giving it to D-Hop.
Yep.
He's a 95. Part of that rating is speed.
Okay, so we're talking.
Part of that rating is speed.
Okay. Hands, acceleration.
Great. Part of that rating is speed.
Mm.
At tops, he's an 85 at speed.
D-Hop?
Yes.
No.
When does he get separation?
No,
I haven't
bro.
seen him get separation in 3 years.
He gets separated.
When?
He has to be.
When?
separation. He wouldn't
At
get
the top of
separation
his route on timing routes. That's why you see these catches the way they are. That's why those catches are how they are. They have to be.
No.
Because there's no window.
Okay. He's not faster than AB. That's a
No.
fact. That's a fact.
There's
AB
no-
is probably one of the fastest, if not behind, of course, your boy ain't over there.
Bro,
KC.
those routes, those hands, they are necessary because there is no window.
I'm still going to
There's no window.
The 99 is not that bad, bro.
It
Let it
is.
go.
That means he's the
You gotta-
best.
You got to let it go.
That's the best.
He is the best. You got to let it go, man.
All right. So he's worth a 99 to one of us who have questioned his credentials a few times.
You
So
want to keep progressing, man. I'm still the man here, baby. Come
is
on.
J.J. Watt back to being J.J. Watt? Or
was.
is he past his time?
Here's the thing. He's never going to be another 20-sack
So-
season again.
12?
I give him 12.
Okay.
Give him 12.
Is that worth that contract?
No, but what are you going to do?
Nothing. Because the fans are going to make him keep Watt.
Thank you. Now,
Smart football move?
it was a smart football move 4 years ago.
Okay. Now.
No,
Okay.
not at all. But
So what is he now at this stage of his career?
he's at 85.
At 85. So does he still draw a double team?
Yes.
All the time.
He's going to draw a double team.
All the time.
He's going to draw a double team.
Jadeveon Clowney.
Here's the thing. J.J. Watt's going to draw a double team because he's J.J. Watt because of past history. Michael Strahan, when he won that last Super Bowl going back in the day, he wasn't the same Michael Strahan, but he got a double team.
The
because
Chiefs
of
did
his-
not double team J.J. Watt.
Huh?
The Chiefs
Y'all different.
did not double team J.J. Watt.
Wait, the Chiefs did not.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
But for those teams that are not worried about a pass rush, he's still going to get double team because he's J.J. Watt.
Okay.
Is he J.J. Watt now?
Is he J.J. Watt or Jadeveon Clowney?
Right now?
Yeah. That's you
Far
not
as-
building for yesterday.
Far as contract is concerned?
Yes.
Fuck no, I wouldn't pay neither one of them top money anymore.
I mean, but you got to pay somebody.
Jadeveon Clowney is. You know what Jadeveon Clowney just proved? He's another Albert Hainsworth.
No.
He balled out
He's the freak.
during the. Who's the who?
He's the freak.
There's only two freaks that
He's
I've ever
the
heard in
freak.
the NFL, and that's Javon Curse and
Yes,
Randy Moss.
he's
And
the
he's
freak.
neither one
He's
of
the
them.
freak.
He is not Javon.
Javon Curse was always
Shut your
hurt.
mouth.
Javon Curse was a great talent, but he was always hurt. He did not live up to his expectations in that league.
That
and
is
you know
true.
it. That's Jadeveon Clowney.
Okay, so what happened with Javon Curse? He went to Philly, got a big ass contract, and didn't do shit.
And do
So
you
the-
think that's not why
So
the Texans
do
are
you-
not paying Clowney yet?
Well, that's a true factor.
Oh, okay.
We're not on the. We're
I
definitely
just
not arguing.
said they're
If-
the same guy. They're the same guy.
If the Texans were smart, and this is why I know the Texans aren't smart. The Texans. should've-
Well, we know they're not smart because they're
They
letting
should've-
O'Brien call the shots.
No, they should have traded when John Gruden, who was still a huge Clowney fan last year. They should have traded
Yeah,
Clowney
they should
for
have. They should have.
one of them low first round
They
draft.
should
picks.
have.
The
I
Texans
agree
would have
there.
had two first.
I agree.
The Texans would have had a first round draft pick, and
I'm
still-
on your side with that one.
still to this day, why
But
the hell
you-
they drafted a kid?
You're
the
telling
Alabama
me
State kid.
Curse and Clowney aren't the same guy?
Nah,
They're not the same guy.
nah.
Really?
Curse was
Give me
more-
a difference.
Curse had more speed.
No. No. They are the same guy.
Nah.
They are the same guy. And their trajectory is going to be exactly the
But
same.
the thing is Jadeveon came in with more hype.
Yeah. Agree.
Because I think Curse went. In
But that
the
doesn't
later
change
half
the
of
fact
first
that they're the
round
same
with
guy.
Tennessee.
That doesn't change the fact that they're the same guy. They're still the same guy. That's just
Either
where they were
way.
drafted, and that don't change.
I don't think.
So you don't pay him.
No, not what he wants. They franchised and he would have got $17 million this year, which is still
I think
too high
this
for
is
me.
the same situation as Chris Jones. The Chiefs paid somebody before they paid Chris Jones,
Mhm.
Frank Clark, and in this case, the Texans. They paid Watt,
But-
and his contract didn't come off those books.
Here's the thing.
You can't put all that money on your line.
But here's the thing. With Chris Jones has a valid argument.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Frank Clark he
Doesn't
just
deserve that money.
Now got he had
He didn't
one
deserve that
year.
money.
He had 1 year.
You can say that, but Jones had 1 year too.
Huh?
He only had 1 year too.
Who, Clowney?
No, Chris Jones. I'm
They
a
both-
CJ
they both young,
fan.
But they both young.
I love CJ. He's a great
'Cause
player.
aren't they both in their third
Yeah.
or fourth year? They're both young.
Yeah.
Watt has had 3. He's the only NFL player that's had 3 multiple
Closer.
20 sacks. He's only had 20. Watt's had more 20 sack seasons than anybody in NFL history.
Yeah.
They paid him when he was at his peak, and
So-
then he got hurt.
But was it Watt or was it the fact that he was surrounded by Merciless and a good secondary? Listen,
Bro, to get
I
20,
like Watt.
20 sacks, that's not to say a lot.
No,
20
Justin Houston had 20 sacks during a contract year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not more than 12 cents.
Couldn't stay healthy either.
What are they
going
gonna do in the secondary now?
But he can't, say it again?
Secondary Texans. No Honey Badger. They
No
lost
Kareem Jackson.
no Kareem Jackson. What do they
No
got?
Kevin Johnson. The football player. I
Yeah.
thought it was the basketball player he needed. Ooh, that's a good question. Because who
They do have Bradley Roby. He's solid. He's solid.
You saw as a slot, not as a number 2. He was good in Denver.
So
but
we agree that their secondary sucks.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what's his face is getting old. Jonathan Joseph is a little long.
Getting
in the tooth.
old?
Is a little long in the tooth.
Getting old.
if not old.
He wasn't exactly a shutdown when he wasn't. He was good.
Well, he never was a shut. He wasn't a shutdown in Cincinnati.
So
But it's like the lesser. Again, I'm gonna say the lesser of two evils because he was only, it's the only thing they got.
biggest obstacles to winning the division. Those obstacles are Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts.
That I agree.
That's
with.
it. If the Colts, it's going to be the Colts and Texans. It's just a matter of, is Andrew Luck healthy? If he's healthy, then what did they do to put a receiving core around him? Because, again, I'm not T.Y.'s biggest fan.
The
but he
Colts
does
have
own the
a
Texans.
defense now.
Yes, they do. Justin
My
Houston is
man-
going to be impact over there.
And my man Leonard is nice.
Yeah, they
Damn,
do.
I wish we would have drafted. I think a lot of teams would have drafted. That man went with 4th round to be a Pro Bowler his first year.
I want to see how Justin Houston plays on this turf, though. I think he's going to be hurt by week 3.
Oh shit!
I'm just saying, you don't go from grass to turf after you had knee surgery.
You go from grass to turf when you get paid. The only team that's offering you $10 million a year.
But You don't go from grass to turf after knee surgery.
I agree.
Okay. So I'll see. I like
Because
Justin.
that's what's killing.
I wish him best.
Let's be honest with you. That's what killed J.J. Watt. His knee injuries and back is because he's on that turf all the time.
What do we do with the Texans running backs?
Are you serious?
It's your question.
Okay. The Foreman can't stay healthy and can't stay out of trouble. Miller's overrated.
Always has been.
So
And then Alfred Blue is
Alfred Blue, I don't
a
even
third
think he's-
down.
I don't
Is he
even
still
think-
there?
I don't think he's
Yeah,
with the
still
team
got
anymore.
Yeah.
Nah, I thought he went to Jacksonville or somewhere like that.
Did he? Well, yeah.
You know what the Texans need to do? I'm gonna hate to say this. They might as well call long in the tooth Adrian Peterson.
No. Wait.
He was holding out last year for the Texans to give him that call, and finally he had to bite the bullet. and
No,
go to-
Peterson. He's not going there. He's re-signed with the Redskins.
Did he?
He's a
I thought-
Redskin.
oh,
He's
God.
got a 1-year contract.
Shit, he was
He's
here-
broke now.
He was here 2 weeks
You
ago.
see the story? He's completely broke.
How's he broken? He
He
made
made
over
$100 million.
in the
That
league.
is correct, and he is broke. He's in bankruptcy court trying to stave off lawsuits.
I can understand Michael Vick. I can't understand Adrian
He's
Peterson.
broke. Yeah, that.
They'll
All
probably-
right.
They'll
We're
probably
gonna
say
sh-
that year.
We're gonna shift gears. We're right on schedule because this is our last 30 minutes, and we're gonna shift gears to the NBA. We're gonna start in Houston. Mike D'Antoni. I read on Bleacher Report the other day that the Rockets need to figure out the Mike D'Antoni situation. I would have figured it out at the season ended and fired him, but your turn.
2 words: Tyronn Lue.
Really?
They should have brought him in. They should have brought
Really? He's from Raytown, Missouri. That's 10 minutes from where I grew up.
him. Okay.
He is not an NBA head coach,
Okay. He could probably manage better than Mike D'Antoni.
but he's not an NBA. Who you going to manage James Harden?
Who would you get?
Somebody needs to
Who
talk
would you
to
get
James.
right now?
What?
Who would you get right now for the Rockets?
Is Thibodeau available?
Tom don't want to come.
Is
Tom
he
Gennett.
available?
Tom is under. Remember, they just fired him last year.
Stan Van, is he available?
They're not going to take the Van Gundys are not coming back to Houston. They fucked over Jeff.
No, Jeff wanted to go back when they hired Mike MDA.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he interviewed and everything.
And we're not going to go there with Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson is the blackball.
I would take him.
Mm-mm.
He needs
because
to be.
he's a pastor.
I don't care what
the
he is.
NBA don't want him.
I don't care what he is. He's a good basketball coach.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And he's been blackballed. He should have had a job long time. He should be the Lakers head coach right now.
I agree.
But Mike D'Antoni needs to be fired.
Yeah.
And this will be his death song.
But is he the only one in Houston that should be fired?
As long as Daryl Morey keeps getting big names to come to the city,
He's
going
gonna
to
be safe.
He'll be
But
safe.
does that make should he
No,
be?
Absolutely
Okay.
not. But he's going to be
Is
there.
Mike D'Antoni the problem, or is Morley the problem?
Here's the thing.
They should never have fired Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale did not. Here's the thing. Morley is a players type person.
Uh-huh.
McHale's not. McHale beefed with Harden, and
You don't think
beef with
that made Harden better?
made Harden better. But then also, where we got McHale fired is because their toy DW or DH12, which was a waste,
That didn't get him
was
fired.
an epic fail.
That it really wasn't.
What?
That when he was healthy, that worked.
Harden and
Yes,
but they could not get along.
it worked on the court.
It worked on the court, but they could not get along.
When he was healthy,
It ended up being a
if
him
it
or me
wasn't
situation.
if it wasn't for Damian Lillard, I think they would have won a title that year.
Ooh, no.
I think so.
Remember.
No, what am I remembering?
That's that. What was that? Was that Miami's last year in
Yeah.
San Antonio? No, they wouldn't have got past Miami.
Okay,
Uh-uh.
they would have made it to the finals then.
Maybe.
Damian Lillard.
They would have beat. Okay, wait, time
Damian
out, time
Lillard
out. So they would have beat the
effectively
Spurs.
ended Dwight Howard's career.
They would have beat the Spurs.
That's crazy, right? Damian Lillard, point guard, ended Dwight Howard's career.
Dwight Howard's
No,
ego
no.
destroyed Dwight Howard's
Damian
career.
Lillard.
Dwight Howard's been on 5 teams since he's 4
He
teams
has.
since he's left.
Okay.
And still, here's the thing: the man can get double doubles. Every team he's gone to, except for Washington, and he never played a Washington game. But when he was in Atlanta, got a double double. When he was in Charlotte, got a double double.
He's Mr. Double Double.
Okay, he's doing more than Clint Capella,
I agree.
and
He's a better defender.
and the man can't keep a job. He will go down in the Hall of Fame, though. Sadly to say,
That's hard.
4 Defensive Player of the Year trophies. 4 Defensive Player of the Year, 1 time in the finals.
He's a great player. I like Dwight.
10
I don't know
All-Star
why he
appearances.
wasn't. I don't know why the Houston Rockets didn't try to bring him in as the backup center.
They liked Harden more. And Dwight did not want to listen to Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well,
When you don't listen to the GOAT and you play the GOAT, that hurts the fans. The fans get pissed. And remember, the old owner had a great relationship with Hakeem. That ain't going to happen.
Hakeem are the Rockets.
He's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Any fan want to argue that Harden's the greatest of all time in Rockets history can kiss my ass.
I don't think they will.
You'll be surprised.
I don't think they will. Until he went. I mean, you're talking about these. I was born in 2000. Yeah. Them. Then they don't know any better. My nephew still thinks that LeBron is.
The GOAT?
Yeah.
Yeah, so does my little cousin.
Yeah. Craziest shit I ever heard. I can play 40 games, but I'm the GOAT. Yeah. Michael Jordan played no less than 80 games a year.
That's true.
That's all I got to say. With the flu. Feeling down. You know, he didn't need rest.
Team USA game.
He didn't need rest.
Right.
Yeah. And they get more training than Michael Jordan got. What kind of crap is this?
Well, what type of crap is load management? Please explain that shit.
Not in basketball. I don't get it. Especially
It's
this
probably
era of
coming to football
basketball.
next.
Yeah, it's like this era of basketball is more like volleyball. So I don't get it. Like there's no contact.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah, so I really like the hell you need
There's
rest
no
from.
such thing as a lockdown defender.
Did you see the hype video? Can we call that a hype video? I mean, it was great highlights from Team USA. Wonderful. This is the NBA. You're not going to have those type of plays in the league. So what the hell were they doing?
The Brody and Beard combination
I like 'em.
will be great.
As long as Eric Gordon is hitting jumpers.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, the best thing they did is they were able to keep their whole squad.
Yes. That's the thing.
only thing.
That's
the only
the
thing about
difference between this trade and the Clippers Chris Paul trade.
Right.
Because if they were able to bring Chris Paul to that roster that they gave to the Clippers, they probably won a championship.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Because you got a young Montrezl Harrell. The only person I was okay with getting rid of was Decker. Decker sucked. But,
Yeah, but
Wisconsin guys.
Unless it's we all knew he sucked, okay? But you had Lou and EG coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would have CP3 and Harden, Capella, PJ
Montrez.
Tucker, Montrez. Come on, man.
Yeah, you had the squad.
Come on,
That's
man.
The problem. Yeah, I gave up too much, but this time y'all
Way
did.
too much.
But this
and
time,
I said it. Everybody looked at Chris Paul. I said,
no. Here's the thing: if you got Chris Paul in his prime, it would be something.
I still wouldn't.
It wouldn't be all like that.
I still wouldn't have sold the farm for him.
Well,
not Lou Williams.
But you got to realize Daryl
If
Morey,
I could have kept just Lou Williams, I'd have been fine with that.
But Daryl Morey is so hell bent on beating the Warriors. Now the Warriors are not the
you
Warriors.
You would have done that with Lou Williams.
But
that's the
defense.
piece.
If Chris Paul didn't get hurt last year, they would have said.
And the part that they didn't understand, they want to believe Gerald Green can be Lou Williams. He's not. That's why Gerald Green has a job. Gerald Green can hit crazy jumpers.
Can I say this? Gerald Green is still with the Rockets is because he's the hometown guy that was.
I don't agree. He's really good at making weird shots.
He's really good at making weird shots.
He don't play defense though.
Exactly.
He's James Harden without the opportunity.
But still,
challenges to win their division. No. Let's skip that.
Conference.
Yeah. Has the league changed?
Yes.
We're done with Big Three. We're down to dynamic duo.
No, it's funny. The league looks like NBA Jam now.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Think about it. So you got.
So we're done with Big Three. We're dynamic duos.
For now.
Whose dynamic duo is better?
The best dynamic duo looking right now, I'll be honest with you, I got to say Leonard and Paul George.
That's because of the team.
It's because of the coaching.
The team.
The reason why I like the Clippers is because they got a great coach, and then those two together are probably more selfish.
And the team.
Yeah,
Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell.
Because you can't
that former Rockets team.
Right. Yeah. You can't figure out the Lakers. The Lakers have basically AD, LeBron,
and who else?
A bunch of cast-offs. Okay.
So we are back to.
They already said Kuzma then fired his agent already, so they're probably thinking Kuzma wants to be out.
We are in agreement that we're dynamic duos and no longer the Big Three right now. And is it all because of KD? He did that? One player changed the era of basketball.
One player changed the way of basketball for super teams.
I know that. And I'm just asking. Kevin Durant? He's the reason that we're now dynamic duos and not
Kevin Durant and Kawhi.
Big Threes anymore?
Kevin Durant and Kawhi.
Yeah, because Kawhi could have went to the
He
Lakers.
could have went to the Lakers.
Yeah, I agree.
Kevin Durant going over to.
I like the move by Kawhi because he cements his legacy if he wins with the Clippers. He absolutely cements his legacy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Toronto knew they were getting a 1-year rental, and they
Well,
used
no,
it to the cap.
they had a shot. They did. I believe that he legitimately would have given them a shot. I think the Paul George thing tilted the wagon. I don't think he wanted to play. I don't think the Claw wanted to play with LeBron at all.
No, here's the thing. I think it's funny. LeBron has a set core of people that want to play with him,
And that's it.
but
Oh, they got Boogie.
Boogie ain't Boogie. Okay, let's just
Boogie
say
ain't
it
been
right.
Boogie in a while.
Boogie gonna probably give you about a good 15 and 9,
And how many takes?
probably 20.
Yeah. His over under, I think he's under 5.
Between him and Rondo, that's a
Oh,
good.
God.
I'm gonna say a good. I'm gonna get 12 texts minimum this year between him and Rondo.
Yeah. I'd like to see how this Rondo thing works.
I want to see if they're gonna try to do, since they already lost 2 shooters since Kyle Korver decided to go to Milwaukee. Are they really gonna go try to get J.R. Smith or what's his face? J.R. Smith or
Is J.R. Smith still in the league?
J.R. Smith is still in the league. They just released him from Cleveland. Are they going to try to get J.R. Smith, or are they going to go ahead and bite the bullet and try to go ahead and get Carmelo Anthony?
If they do that,
They need shooters. That's one thing Carmelo can do is shoot.
you gotta put his over under. Same thing. If you put him out there and you put him with Boogie, their over unders are are negative,
Oh, yes, of course.
and you can't have that much of an over under.
LeBron likes getting his homeboys.
Yeah,
he
but
knows he can't get Chris Paul.
LeBron ain't that good anymore.
Hey, he's still 28, 8 and 8.
He can't carry 2 people negative in over under.
Well, that's true.
That-
But he's still
he
28 and 8.
ain't- but he can't carry 2 people.
LeBron is still.
He can't go
He's
get.
still top 10.
He can't bring
top
homie
5.
into the picture and think he's gonna win.
Oh, no, that's true too.
Yeah, you can't do that. You got to let Carmelo and force him to retire. Who's the best dynamic duo? You said the Claw
I'm
and
going with the
PG.
Claw and PG-13.
Did you see Clay today? Clay didn't look like he had surgery.
Bro, I seen how he got on the
Yeah,
plane.
he didn't
I'm
look like he had
like,
surgery.
this man is just. Did they give him a vacation?
It doesn't look like he had surgery, and he had an ACL.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
What the? And that was in June.
Right, and
It's
we're
the
only in
end of July.
In fact, his ACL happened. It's only been like a month and a week.
Yeah. So, what the hell?
Maybe they gave him some vacation.
Was he
time.
really? Was it really an ACL?
I don't think so.
It
But the,
can-
but
not-
but the Warriors, their doctors must be the
Bro.
dumbest doctors in the world. Because okay, you misdiagnosed Kevin Durant, then you misdiagnosed Clay.
He should sue them.
Who? Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Because
I mean, he didn't lose
Luckily,
money.
he got his money though.
Yeah,
But
he
if he
didn't
wouldn't
lose
have got his
money.
money,
He should sue that.
now I'll be honest with you, the Knicks were idiots for going ahead and still not trying to get Kevin Durant and
Yep.
give him some money.
All because of the injury. I mean, but I get it. Look at Kobe. It's the same injury.
Same injury, but Kobe was.
Kobe was a different player too.
Kobe's a different player, and Kobe was already.
He
in
was a
year
slasher.
17.
Yeah, and he was still a slasher
Right.
more than a jump shooter. KD's a jump shooter, and he's 6'11" shooting jumpers, so
If that.
he's fine. So
Obstacles to win the conference title?
I don't think it's the Warriors anymore.
No,
I don't.
I think it's the Clippers.
I mean, I like Clay and Steph, but they're like the fourth best
So,
dynamic duo.
We talked about this before. The Rockets, to me, are still the 4th or 5th best team.
I don't agree
Okay,
because
Clippers?
because of the depth. The Clippers are number 1
Okay, Clippers are number 1.
because of the depth.
I'm still not going to sleep Golden State. I am not.
Because technically they have a big 3 with Draymond,
Well, I mean, it's the original Big Three with Draymond.
but the league is caught up to that.
Okay. I'm not going to.
I mean, I like their depth. They really managed to have a solid.
I want to. The only
bench.
reason why I'm giving the Rockets not top 2 or 3 is because the fact of the
NBA?
matter is, huh?
MDA?
Yes.
Okay. I agree.
Because you have a coach that does not coach defense.
Yeah, and then they got rid of their defensive coach
Right.
and didn't replace him.
And I'm sorry, they still don't have a solid big that can be in the clutch. Your best big in the clutch is PJ
Tyson
Tucker.
Chandler at this point
Jesus Christ. Tyson Chandler's
is
awful.
112.
He's really.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Tyson hasn't retired either. Now he's a Rocket.
yeah.
So you're gonna have him, And he can't hit free throws either.
No.
For the record. So you want to have him and Capella. Neither can
They
hit free
should have
throws.
just seen if they could. Hey, Dwight, you want to come back?
They ain't gonna do that because of Harden.
Harden. I think if you put Dwight as Capella's backup,
Harden ain't with it. Harden's running the team right now.
I know that. But if you put Dwight as Capella's backup, then Dwight knows to come in and shut the fuck up.
Dwight's ego's not gonna let that.
Well,
That's also.
I mean, he's not a starter anymore.
Personally, he'll be a starter somewhere.
Mhm.
He can go to Memphis and be a starter.
Well, I mean,
He'll be a starter somewhere.
who's the other 4 players on Memphis' team right now?
Ja Morant, and you fill in the blanks.
Right.
I just know Morant.
Pelicans, life without AD is the future brighter.
Yes. You had a guy that didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, his last
Does
day-
Zion want to be there? Because he really doesn't.
Zion,
He didn't
you
want
want
to
to
be
know
there.
why Zion wants to be here for as of right now? Is because he knows he can get the marketing dollars that AD can't. AD didn't have a personality like Zion. And social media wise, Zion's going to fill out every single house.
What the hell is wrong with New Orleans?
The market's too small, bro.
So?
Small market.
It's a small market, but it's a small market that is very loud.
It's a small market that's very
You can
loud.
make money in New
You
Orleans.
can't be outside of the football team with Drew Brees. It's hard to be marketable in New Orleans.
Why?
You're asking the wrong question with that one. I'm a marketing
Why?
major from college, and
They have the same ownership.
same. No,
They have the same ownership.
remember that owner just came in last year because the previous owner died.
Yeah. Right, but it's still the same ownership.
Here's the thing.
Did
If
the
they
Bensons
put it-
sell the Pelicans?
Huh?
They sold the Pelicans?
Well, yeah. Well, remember
Because I
Benson
know
died.
I know but the wife is running it.
Yeah, but let's be realistic.
It's the same ownership.
It's the same ownership, but how are they going to market it? They didn't try with AD. Let's bring up one fact. You want to know why AD's pissed off and wanted to leave? It's because you got rid of his homeboy.
Yeah,
Because if they would have kept
but
Boogie,
they didn't win.
they made it to the playoffs with Boogie,
But they didn't win.
and then they made it to the second
Were
round.
they gonna win?
Well, not in the West. Who gonna win it? Let's be honest.
So why was he bitching about keeping somebody that he could never win the championship with?
Because the fact of the matter is who's going to come to New Orleans to play? How you
Somebody
New
that could
Orleans?
shoot a jumper, not Boogie.
Hey, that dynamic duo, the fake, what do you call them?
Twin Towers?
Yeah, was working for what it could be. Think about it. Lower market teams are harder to sell.
They are, but OKC did pretty well for a very long time.
Okay, OKC did extraordinarily well with
For
Seattle's
a very
team.
long. No, is it Seattle's team?
It was Seattle.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
Come
I was
on.
there the last year. I lived in Seattle the last
Seattle
year.
will have a basketball team again.
February 31st, not going to happen.
Seattle will have a basketball team again.
They got to bring in what other city's going to get a basketball team in? I mean, because they got to have 2. Remember, it's 32 teams, so they'll have to expand to 34. Vegas, that means you got 2 teams in the West, so someone got to go east.
Well, that's easy. You can move a lot of teams east. You can move the Rockets east, number one. You definitely can move Memphis east
You can move Memphis east.
and the Rockets. Those are both, and the Spurs if you wanted to.
Nah, you
They're
probably-
all central, and they get killed.
New Orleans would probably go east.
They get killed going out to
New
California.
Orleans would probably go east, and so probably would-
Memphis.
Probably Memphis. yeah.
Memphis. They shouldn't be in the West. It's not even close to West.
Well, I'm saying because they were former Vancouver.
Right. The hell. The ball factor. So
Can I be honest? This ain't gonna work.
the story just came out that Lonzo sold the warehouse, the BBB warehouse, for like $5 million. It seems like he's getting the fact that he needs to move away from daddy.
Can I
So
give you a better factor?
what's that?
3 days ago in Marshalls,
Mm-hmm.
my wife took I ain't got the picture no more. BBB shoes are in there. So these people that were spending $500 on shoes, they can pound my Marshalls now.
$30.
That's
Yeah,
a damn shame.
they
So
got-
if you spent $500 on some shoes 2 years ago. You a damn fool.
Daddy was talking all this garbage about, oh, my son, this and that, and we're gonna make money. Well, the Baller brand is blown up
If
by
if
the son that you marketed from.
the Ball kid, if Lonzo Ball
And shut Daddy up and just play basketball.
can play basketball, shut daddy up, and stay healthy. I mean, I see now he tatted up and sleeve. He changed his idea. And if he get with Zion and they get on the same page, they could be a formidable duo.
They not trying to move Ingram.
They need to.
They don't want to move him.
Did you see the pictures?
They don't want to move him.
Dude, he don't look happy. Send his ass
They don't want
on.
to move him.
Because you know what? He'll be a distraction.
They don't want to move him.
Why? Here's the thing. He has health issues. He's rail thin, and he was way overrated. When he came into the league and they were comparing him to Kevin Durant, I was like, y'all just basing this off of how
Hype.
lean he is.
Yeah.
That's hype. He wasn't a star at Duke to me.
All right.
So, no. What they need to do, if you're going to keep Ball, get Zion in the weight room, or weight loss, excuse me, and get with Ball, and y'all can have some type of old, I would say the next Sean Kemp, Gary Payton type deal, where y'all can see oops and passes all day long.
All righty. Done with basketball because we're going to move on and try to get to the part I really want to talk about, and we don't have a lot of time left. We talked a long time.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. Pro wrestling. Yeah.
All right, let's get to it.
Did you see Smackville yesterday?
I did not see Smackville. So
It
what
was a house show that they put on TV. That's really what it was.
happened? Yeah,
It was
because
a house
I seen the stuff off of the Instagram one, and I was like, okay. so
Even their setup, they didn't even have the real barricade. They had those old metal things that they put
I said
drapes
the
over.
WWE's trying to push it, bro.
Yeah, they're not trying to push it. They're doing what they have to do. They're getting ready for Fox. So as much time as they can put those SmackDown superstars in front of people, the better. They got to go. They're on Fox. They got to go mainstream,
Yeah,
and they're trying.
And
You
Fox
watched
is
it the
trying
last
to-
few weeks, WWE.
yeah.
They've gotten a little more closer to my age.
Here's the thing.
Attitude Era ish.
That's what I'm saying. They need to get.
That's what they're doing.
They need to stop.
Why?
They need to stop.
The PG is not working. They couldn't even fill up an arena.
But here's the problem: when you get to Fox, you're gonna have to go PG.
No, they don't. Fox won't. It's Fox. Have you watched Fox regular TV?
Yeah, Bob's Burgers.
Yeah,
Simpsons,
come
yeah,
on, Family Guy.
Empire.
It's
yeah,
Fox,
bro.
so they can be
I
as
tend to
edgy
stop
as they
watching
want to
Fox
be.
now because they're outside of 911 and a
Yeah,
couple of
that
them.
one's
they're-
really good.
Their shows have kind of it's
But
like they have a peak. Like Empire was the show for the first 2 seasons.
Yeah,
and then it got boring.
Yeah,
The Simpsons has been on way too long. The Simpsons were on when we were kids. Now this new generation acted. Bob's Burgers is funny, but it's going to tell off. And Family Guy sucks. I'm
but
sorry.
it's Fox, so the WWE didn't have to scale it back for Fox. Fox
What
is
they need
basically a
to do is
cable
figure out-
network on broadcast TV.
Figure out
The mid card
the
or the tag
mid-card
team.
and the tag team.
Well,
division.
that's what they're. So
and the
I
women's
like
tag team
yeah.
division.
So
please.
that's why we're covering all of the tag team divisions
Okay.
because the one that really sucks is the women, and they messed this up royally.
Why? Still to this day, did the Iconics have pictures of Vince McMahon naked somewhere? Because why are they even in the conversation? They were good at NXT, but now no. When they got the
They're
SmackDown,
good with
they
the
were,
mic. They just gotta work more.
dude.
Where the hell have they been?
The wrestling sucks, and then they
Yeah.
don't even have the tag team division for women's. One day it's there, the next
Like
day it's gone.
they don't have teams. They just got Asuka and
The chick that does, her Macho Man elbow is impressive.
what's her name?
The
I'm gonna call her
Jolly
Chung Li.
Roger.
I'm gonna call her Chung Li.
You
Street
wrong.
Fighter.
So culturally insensitive.
It is. I don't know her name.
The Jolly Roger.
Jolly Roger, whatever. That ain't even. I mean, that's
Well, I
pretty.
mean, she comes in with a boat, yo ho ho, in the bottom of the run. Shit, I'm like, okay, well,
But what's wrong with Chung Li? Chung Li was an Asian that fought on Street Fighter. She kicked ass.
she also was like,
Her. She looks
No.
like the woman.
she also had a spinning tie kick. She ain't got no spinning tie kick.
You don't know
She
that.
like, yap. She ain't got that. She ain't got that.
What
If
you
she come with a
what
kick-
you call her husband do?
Who?
Naomi.
Stop.
Naomi. She has the Chung Li kicks. She can
Naomi-
teach that to the girl.
Can Naomi get some better moves? Because the rear end is a horrible move. I
Bro.
mean, you stick your ass in there.
Bro.
That just makes me it's a
The
stripper
rear
move.
end. We want to talk about weak moves. We did this at work.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can. It's a long list, a very long list.
I started looking at some more ones.
We can go back to like the atomic leg drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still the five.
I couldn't
knuckle
believe
shuffle's
when.
the worst one.
No, the atomic leg drop should never have killed anyone.
The five
How can
knuckle
you get a-
shuffle's worst.
He didn't finish
you
people
can't
with the
see
five
me.
knuckle shuffle. He didn't. He
Sometimes
no.
you
He, who the jobbers?
Sometimes.
Jobbers.
Even the people's elbow.
No. Okay. That
He
was-
finished people with
listen,
people's elbow. Bro.
Listen.
And that was
That
weird.
was about the show. That and the five knuckle shuffle. It's
Thank
about the show.
Lacey Evans'
But I
punch.
like the AA. I like when he went to the STF. I really did.
Yeah.
I like when he does the AA off of the ropes.
Yes.
That should put somebody to sleep. Yeah, there's a lot of weak moves, and I don't like how everyone's bringing back the crossface either, and it's not a finisher.
Can I say this? How many people have the spear? Because it seems like the spear is the most overrated. Like everybody has that move that's
So,
in the repertoire.
I get the spear and its reality because you can knock the wind out of somebody for 3 seconds if you tackle them.
Right.
So I get that, but it shouldn't be everybody's move.
I mean,
everybody shouldn't be doing a
originally,
spear.
Who was the original one that came with the spear at first?
The original spear,
Because the person that did the most damage, where I thought it looked like it was
Edge.
yeah, but
Edge.
the one that was most effective, I want to say, was Rhino. 'Cause
Yeah.
when Rhino did the spear, that looked like he really hurt
gore. It was a gore.
Oh,
It wasn't. It was a
Gore.
gore, and
Gore.
it was a gore.
Gore spear.
Yeah,
whatever.
no, that was a gore.
Yeah.
There's a difference between what he did and what these people do.
Yeah.
That was a gore. But Edge, I think Edge. I'm going way back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Edge.
We're gonna live with
It was
Edge for
between
now.
Edge and Goldberg.
Well, we're not giving Goldberg credit for anything.
What? You gotta give it. He had
For what?
the finishing move.
It was a great move,
It was a great.
and
move.
that's all he was.
Hey man,
That's it.
Former football player. That's what Vince was.
There's a
living off
lot of former football players that are a lot better than Goldberg.
not
Baron Corbin is better than Goldberg.
but physique wise, that's what.
Yeah,
that's what Vince
whatever.
was
I
going
know,
for.
but that
Vince
wasn't
was going
even
off his physique.
Vince's. That wasn't his promotion.
Well, he begged,
That was Ted Turner's promotion.
but he wanted Goldberg so bad. He was so.
I
happy
know he
when got
did.
it.
I know he wanted Goldberg, but for Ted Turner to make Goldberg 100-something and 0, it was a slap in the face to all wrestling fans everywhere. If you like wrestling,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. Now for the show, the gimmick, yeah, Goldberg great. Paul Heyman is now the executive director of Monday Night Raw, and you have seen the effect over the last 4 weeks. Your thoughts?
I like everything but him bringing back Brock Lesnar. I'm tired of Brock Lesnar.
There's a bigger story to that. I really think he wanted to have. They are. I told you they just re-signed your boy that you don't want, Braun Strowman. They are.
No,
he's getting
I
a monster
want-
push.
Oh, let's not get twisted. I like Braun Strowman.
Okay.
He just gets the shitty end of the stick.
Not anymore. I think Heyman.
Braun should have been title holder a long.
He should have
time
beat
ago.
Brock Lesnar in the pay-per-view last
Right.
year. But I think they're going to build it up as a mega heavyweight fight, and they're really going to put Brock down this time. I think.
They need to.
I think.
It's time for Brock to go
But-
back to his place in Wyoming with Sable and ride off into the sunset.
But
It's over.
I'm hearing that Brock no longer has aspirations of UFC, and he may wrestle more. He hasn't wrestled on Monday Night Raw in more than a decade.
Here's exactly my point. He only wrestles for pay-per-views. He get them on once. If you only got to wrestle 10 times a year, I mean, of course you're gonna be a big help. And Brock in UFC, the older he gets, the more and more you're gonna get that ass beat.
Eric Bischoff is now in charge of SmackDown Live.
Which is a smack in the face to Eric Bischoff, which I think is hilarious.
Why?
Because the fact of the matter,
I like the Blue Brand.
I like the Blue Brand, but he talks so much shit on WWE. For him to actually be on the show is hilarious now.
Yeah, I mean,
I would have rather seen Heyman on the Blue Brand because Heyman
that would have been great for Fox.
it would have been great for Fox. And
Yeah.
Heyman would have better direction than Bischoff because right now the Blue Brand is struggling.
No, they're solid. They're solid $2 million a week. They
Ratings
actually.
wise, yes, but the direction.
Oh well,
Bailey is the champion for the women.
we talked about that.
Come on, bro.
She got beat up. Yes, she got jumped yesterday at
Oh,
Smackville.
and she has one of the. She has the
Worst
the
finishing
absolute
move ever.
The
Ever.
absolute.
Ever.
The
Ever.
hug.
Yes.
belly
Yes.
But here's
The
thing,
belly
she
to
can't
belly
even-
hug.
She can't even flip him over anymore. She drops him before she lands on him.
She could ever fail. She was able to
Probably
do it before.
not. I
Okay.
never was a Bailey
She's.
fan.
I'm trying to figure out where these people are saying that she's good at technical.
But
'cause
I
don't
do
see
the
any
only
of
thing
it.
I like with Bailey, she used the used car salesman little flyer things in her
Yeah.
intro. That's kind of cool. Other than that,
That's it. She might as well be a Chick-fil-A.
Sasha Fierce should be the champion, and they keep screwing her over. And I'm hoping one day they either let her go and go to AEW or
So you want the bank statement to be your champ?
over Sasha. I mean
Over Bailey, yeah. I
They
mean,
keep fucking over Asuka, so I don't think Asuka will never see it again.
when they gonna let these girls fight
And then
instead of slapping?
right, and then Charlotte's had the title too many times. Charlotte's starting to be like her
She's
daddy.
gonna be her dad.
Right.
That's the legacy.
But
That
that's-
she's gonna
it's-
hold it
and again,
16 times, and
sometimes
that's
that's
why they
long in the
slowed her
tooth.
down because she's already at like 9, and they literally were on the place to get her at 16 in 2 years.
Yes, and that's
So
too
they
many-
had to slow her down.
That's too many times.
Yeah.
And they'll keep Becky for right now, especially with her whole relationship with her and Seth Rollins.
But
so the two champions.
She's lost her, and the same thing for Kofi, and it's really harmful for us. But she's lost something. Yes, something's gone. The fans were hyped, and now they're not there anymore. And Becky can't fight.
Well, here's the thing. Becky's hype was the fact because she was great on the mic when it was against Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
Now her mic skills, and then her bringing in
Her
Nikki
mic is
Cross.
awesome.
Then her bringing in Nikki Cross is a battle. Like she's not fighting anybody anymore.
Well, they
Until
had
they
to bring in Nikki Cross because Alexa can't. The concussion
Nikki
thing.
Cross. Let's be honest. Nikki Cross. They need to bring the Wyatt family back. And
Nikki needs to go to
should have been-
SmackDown.
No, Nikki should have been what's up, Sister Abigail? She should have been
Sister Abigail.
She should have been Sister
I
Abigail.
like the Fiend.
I do,
like
but
the
they need to
Fiend.
bring that crew back.
Nah.
Except
They-
for Luke. Luke is done.
Yeah, that's a tragedy. He's talented.
Yes,
He is very. He was
They-
probably the most polished out of
talented,
all
yeah,
of that
all of them.
stable.
Because Eric Rowan. he's
No.
okay.
No, I like Bray. I think they got something with this Fiend, but yeah, that's sad with Luke because he was really talented, but he needs to move on because they wasn't going to give him what he needed.
Yeah, he's similar to what's his face, to Dean Ambrose.
Yeah,
Where it's time.
he's overshadowed.
yes.
Yeah, but Luke wasn't overshadowed. He just wasn't given the opportunity.
Well, yeah, because they all kept giving it to Rowan.
Everybody
of course,
else.
Braun deserved it. I
Yeah.
mean, size-wise, Braun is the closest thing you're going to get to this era's Big Show. Or,
Yeah.
so, yeah, I get Braun and everything.
So let's focus on tag division. I like where the men's are going.
Okay.
On both brands. I like the Viking Raiders. I think they're going to be this big bad team that doesn't win a lot of titles.
So, the demolition of...
They don't win a lot of titles.
I'm not sure. Not like that.
Obviously, love the New Day. I'm a little scary about what I'm hearing about Big E breaking up with New Day at some point. I think those rumors were out there too much, is why they put the titles on them real quick.
It don't make sense for Big E to become a heel.
Until they find a character for him. You don't just make that decision and not figure out where you're sending him.
Right, and that's the thing.
Yeah, 'cause
if you go ahead and have Big E become some type of bad guy, it's like he has to have some type of direction. Somebody had to be planting that in his ear. But if I was Big E, I wouldn't want to do that. He's too... The term complete heel after being completely a good
Power
guy.
of positivity.
Yeah, okay.
Two things. Let's do this real quick. What's going on with Roman Reigns?
He's just staying there. He's just collecting a check.
They don't have a direction for him right now.
Well, here's
At
the
this moment, he's not at SummerSlam, and he's their draw.
Well, they're going to put him in SummerSlam for one specific reason, is because in next week, his cousin's movie comes out, and he's in the movie.
Okay,
And
he's
that's
definitely
also
in SummerSlam.
a WWE draw, because anytime the WWE's in a movie, they get some type of cut off.
They do.
They don't make no money off The Rock anymore with movies, but they're going to
No.
make money off of Roman.
Yeah.
So they got to put him in SummerSlam some type of way. He'd be the one that fight another old person. I could see it coming. Or another tag team with The Undertaker, which made absolutely no damn sense.
Well, they were going to do Undertaker versus Drew. I'm glad they backed off of that. I like Drew McIntyre as a heel. I don't know that he can carry the Undertaker for a full match like they were able to do with that tag team, because Undertaker, I mean, he's going to get beat up 90% of the match. That's just how it's going to work.
Damn old.
He is. He's 53. So
Stop it.
it's not him. I mean, of course he's going to take the check,
right?
but it's not him. It's Vince. Vince needs him.
For what?
The name.
God, you gotta let this shit go.
He does, but he's moving to Fox, and you got to have ratings. At least until the transition is 6 months old, the Undertaker will be in and out.
He's gonna be 60. He's gonna be like Ric Flair. He's gonna
No,
be in the hospital.
and the bad part is he didn't want to do this. According to him, he didn't want to be wrestling in his 50s.
Yeah.
And he had branched away, and because he didn't want to look like Hulk Hogan. And that match, that's why you saw the match with
If you
Super
look at his-
Showdown with Goldberg.
Yeah.
You saw his
That
reaction
was
after that match.
horrible, Yeah.
Yeah, on camera, he just said, "What the was that?"
And just to give you a heads up, his hairline and everything.
Hey,
look
hey,
like-
hey,
look
hey,
like Hulk Hogan.
hey,
It's just
hey,
not blowing.
hey.
That hair.
First off, they should have just let him stay bald. But I
Right.
know what they were doing. They were trying to sell tickets and across the pond. Let's wrap the first week up with the very controversial topic: Kofi Kingston and Black superstars and their opportunities in WWE.
So the first thing I sent you a couple days ago was Booker T.
Yes.
I've done a couple things with Booker T, local Houston guy. Shout
Yeah.
out to H-Town, and I've been.
He's
part
no
of
longer running for mayor.
Yeah, well, he wasn't going to win anyway. But he's a comeback story. But the reason why I'm saying with Booker T has never won a WWE title.
No,
Why is that?
because they
Never.
gave him jokester gimmicks.
Right. They gave him King Booker.
King
and this,
Booker.
that,
I like
and
King Booker. Booker.
and that's why Stevie Ray left. Stevie, when he went to WCW, when WCW departed and he went over to WWE, I think Stevie was just like, I'm cool. I'm just going to open up the school.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Booker's the ultimate team guy, though. He didn't complain. Same thing with Kofi. If you hang around long enough, you either get your try or you keep getting a free check like he's doing now.
Years. That's a long
And he's
time,
still getting
bro.
paid for not carrying that title right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still showing up, getting his check.
Yeah. I
So,
agree with
yeah.
you.
But the culture, more importantly, the culture. A lot of the culture comes from the fans.
Mm-hmm.
If you hear the fans when they see a black guy come out, they're not the same.
That's true.
And these guys are immensely more talented.
Right.
Like Apollo Crews. Is it Crews or Creed?
Cruz. Apollo, you think?
Crews, yeah.
Creed is
The movie, MBJ.
The movie, and whatchamacallit, Xavier's real name.
Yeah, Austin Creed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apollo Crews is
Talented.
Shelton Benjamin 15 years ago.
Talented.
Yes.
And
But he's better on the mic than Shelton was.
Yeah, but they don't even.
They don't give him the mic.
They don't give him a chance to speak.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Look at Titus. Titus is only in the WWE because he is their
He makes some money.
He makes them money, and he's like their
Mascot.
We could say
Same
that.
thing they're doing with Truth. I like Truth because he single-handedly carried the WWE from May until Extreme Rules.
You know what's funny? Undertaker and Truth are the same age.
Yeah. No. Truth is 40.
Nah,
No.
I thought Truth was in his 50s.
Truth is 46.
I'm
No.
about to say, Truth
Yeah,
is up there in
he's
age.
old. But
Remember, his gimmick was basically copying Mystical.
yeah,
And
he's
then all of a sudden they figured out he could
40.
rhyme.
How old is Truth? He's like 46. He was born in
He's
72.
That's why I was thinking, damn, R-Truth. That's why the Carmelo pairing is really, really interesting.
My brother is
'Cause-
42.
Because Carmella is only, what, like 22, 23? She's young.
Yeah. So, yeah, Truth is
He's old enough to be her
47.
dad.
And he, first off, I'm glad Truth is not a full-timer because
Yes.
it would tear his body up.
But he's
I love what he's doing.
He's funny.
Yeah, he single-handedly.
I watched Raw more just trying to see what R-Truth's going to do.
You don't have to. Just go to his YouTube. I follow him
Yeah.
on Instagram. It's all there.
Yeah.
That's probably
was
why
at
they lost
Comic-Con,
ratings.
yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why they lost ratings because everybody said, I don't need to watch a 3-hour show to see it. I can just go to his page.
Yeah. He is funny, though.
Yes. But Vince McMahon and these black wrestlers,
Unless they come from the Rock's family.
and they're not really black.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, Rock has some black in him, but they're not really black.
Well, his last name Johnson. You got it.
His
Yeah.
dad was black.
Yeah.
Yeah. But seriously.
Because we even look at Naomi. Naomi and Ember Moon are the two most, hands down, the two
They
most.
should all just say fuck it and go to AEW.
I agree.
All of them. They should all have a meeting.
Because look at Ricochet. Ricochet's next. Ricochet
They
already
want to
lost the
push
title.
him. They want to know he hasn't. He's injured. That's why he didn't wrestle last night. That's
Okay,
why
but
he
I was
didn't
trying
do.
to figure that one out.
He didn't do the segment with the segment with him with Rollins and DX last week was supposed to be Ricochet.
Right.
He has an infected elbow, so he's going to be out
Whatever
a little
that
bit.
means, okay.
I don't know either. I don't know how you infect it unless you had a cut.
Right.
So I don't know, but he's out.
And here's a
But
bigger one.
Is he black?
I think he's black.
He's something. Yeah.
Here's a question: Street Profits, are they going to be? Could they be pushed as the next Harlem Heat? Or
Yep.
are they going to be the next Crime Time?
I hope Harlem Heat.
I'm hoping too, because they on the mic
They're good.
They're good.
They're there.
But so was Crime Time back in the days, and
You know what happened with Crime Time? One of them was gay. Yeah, one of them was gay.
and
That's what happened with them.
WWE,
It was too early.
It was too early for
Yeah,
that.
it was
But
too early.
Like it or not, them two should still be here to this day. Now, did I like the fact that they looked more early 90s or late 90s rappers and late 2000s, but they were
I don't like that
talented.
stereotypical thing at all. I don't like how they play
Yeah, I
that.
feel you. And even the Street Profits are starting to do a little bit like that. I'm like, okay, these cats dress like Migos.
Yeah, I that's why I like the New Day so much because you got 3 black guys out there that aren't
They're colorful.
feeding into that stereotype that they like to have.
Look at they won intro for WrestleMania. They came out in anime stuff.
Yes.
They were Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
I was like, are you serious? These dudes just don't give a damn. I mean, you got to have a lot of spirit with that one.
Yes, we do. All righty, we're going to wrap up now because we've been here way too long. Really, we actually almost talked for 3 hours. So, and we weren't supposed to. We were supposed to. What was it? An hour and a half?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hey.
So
When
we're
it's
going to
good,
cut
baby.
it back. We're going to cut it back. I promise. I hope. If we don't,
It's your
obviously it's a good conversation,
I'm
and
blaming
I
you.
hope it's what you actually like listening to.
fault. Hey,
Anyway, we will be back next week around 2:30 on Sunday. We're going to try to get a weekly recording in the middle of the week, but I'm working on some things. Until next week, we're going to talk some more football. We're going to talk basketball, even though Justin said free agency is dead now.
it is. Who? Paul Gasol just got signed, bro.
We still have head coaching issues. Yeah, Paul, not Powell either. Paul,
Paul.
not Powell.
Powell.
The old one.
The old
The
one.
the one that
The
was a
old one?
Maverick.
The old one just signed with the Timberwolves.
The one that was a Maverick. He just signed with the Timberwolves. That
not
one.
Timberwolves, Blazers.
That one. He used to be a
Yes.
Maverick.
He was a Maverick?
Yes.
When?
A long time ago.
You mean a Grizzly?
No. You talking? No. That's not the one that signed.
Yes, it was.
No.
It was.
No.
Look it up.
No.
Facts.
I looked. That's
Kyle
why I had to
Gasol-
look at
the
it 3
one-
times.
The one that was with
It
Kobe.
was the old one.
The one was with Kobe. Yeah, the old one. He ain't never played with the Mavericks. He played with the Grizzlies. He went from the Grizzlies.
No, you
To the
talking. You
Lakers.
talking Mark?
No, Mark was a Laker that became a Grizzly. Remember, they switched roles.
Whatever.
They got
They
traded
both
for
old
each
as hell. Anyway, we're gonna talk some more basketball, some more football, and we're gonna bring in AEW as we're getting close to their August 31st pay-per-view, All Out, and their debut on TNT on October 2nd. We're gonna see if they're a real threat. Those are things to keep in mind as we come back to you next week. Until then, I'm Casey Reginald Jr. This is my partner.
This is J-Dub again.
And this has been Underdog Sports. You can follow me online at Underdog Sports. And we will put the podcast on Podbean, and it is on Spreaker right now. Thanks for listening, and y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.
Peace.